Would it?
I swear.
Hello!
Welcome.
Welcome. Apologize for the delay. No? Oh,
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, we're good? Okay.
Caroline's just not there.
Oh, we get that fixed.
No.
We're getting screen fixed. Hello, everyone. Apologize for the massive delay. My laptop is just not working at all, which is a problem because we run both of our video chat and I have all my notes on there. So, yeah, luckily I have a backup of all my notes on my tablet. Thank you, Microsoft OneNote, not sponsored, but maybe, hey, you know.
Specifically OneNote.
Specifically OneNote. It
Any other
actually...
division of Microsoft, fuck off. But OneNote?
Just OneNote.
There's one
Actually-
note, there's also One Piece.
Oh.
Actually, again, not sponsored, but all jokes aside, I didn't realize how powerful OneNote is until a coworker gave me a walkthrough of it. Like, it's actually pretty incredible, so I'm actually going to apply it more. But what that means is I'm a little bit handicapped because all my stuff is usually on the laptop, but, you know,
We all
shut
do
the
that.
fuck up.
We all do
I
that.
didn't say anything.
You didn't have to announce it.
Listen, in one way, shape, or form, we're all a little handicapped.
Some more than others. Some.
Yeah, Chris's hairline.
That's not a handicap.
Hey!
That's not a handicap.
Was that necessary?
Andrew, help!
I'm sorry. Father, forgive me of my sins.
Help me.
You play League. That's
No, but
a hard
help me,
sin to absolve.
actually, why is my face so close?
I would get a key fragment
Wait,
from
what?
your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what'd you
Look
say?
at the stream!
What's on the stream? I also can't see the stream today, so it's like, what's going on?
Why is my face so close? I don't fucking know.
Why is his
Set your
face so
camera.
close?
Lean back.
Fine. No, this is not what it usually looks like.
It's the same way on Discord.
Did you move your camera? Dude, we're just 10 ways
Oh,
fucked
my.
up today. Oh, because we
Do you
don't have
see
we don't have as many people in the Discord because I'm not in there twice today. I wonder if I have your camera
Oh,
bigger.
yeah.
Just so
Caroline, tell your dad to join.
Being this close, please.
So I'm really hoping that after this session I'm in a good mood because I'm gonna have to go home and triage my laptop and hopefully I don't throw it out of the window, but we'll see.
I might fix it.
Huh?
I might fix it.
It might
I
fix
might
it.
fix it. There's one time I punched the computer
I'm
and it worked.
Angie.
I've thrown plenty of controllers and had them work much better afterwards.
It's where that happens. So we're gonna jump in and just please forgive me if things are kind of fucked up today. It's just, you know what? That's just the day we're gonna have, and that's the day we're gonna enjoy.
Things are always a little fucked up around here.
That's true, actually. That's true. And I think that makes sense. Is this our last session of the year?
I don't know.
Yes, it is.
I think so.
So we're going off on the correct note. So maybe we have our resolution, start a new year with less tech issues. We'll see. So on that note, just as a reminder,
Caroline, I can't fix it. You're zoomed in.
you're zoomed in today.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Just as a reminder, this is our last session before Christmas, as Christmas is next Sunday. As you see,
Humbug!
our resident Grinch over here. So we will not be streaming next Sunday, obviously because of the holidays, and I believe we're going to have the same issue the following Sunday. So we will be back in a fresh, new, shiny
First episode of the
2024
year. 69.
16.
Hey!
Starting the year off right and horizontal.
So you know what, that might be
Vertical
prevalent depending on what
and
happens on this session.
horizontal.
We'll see. And then on that note, Colby, you were on recap last week.
Hmm?
Did you do it?
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us
It's
to
uploaded.
nice, Tyler. Well, I can't check. So Tyler, you're on recap this week,
Okay.
and I don't have anything set up ahead of time. So good luck with that because
Can you take me higher?
I do a lot of stuff like right before we start the stream on my laptop, and I can't do any of it,
Aw.
and I feel all thrown off.
I'll sign that.
You did. I still need to put 2 signatures on it too.
Stamped.
Yeah.
No.
So let's just jump in
Magical,
and
so
pretend
you
that
can't
everything's
even
fine.
destroy it.
Last we left off, the Starlight Battalion had traveled to Viro to attend what has been deemed Claricon, a name that has been quickly passed around through some of the other participants. So we'll see how much that name sticks. There was a series of conversations with some old familiar faces, including Sister you're not really sure what she is, but one of the headmaster of the School of Necromancy from Yol, who there was almost like a rock, paper, scissors situation of who was going to go talk to her. You also met up with Alu and Astra, who went ahead of you to the event. And then, what?
Nothing. Colby sent me a reel before stream started, and I just now saw it.
After which, you had a conversation with a series of people that were there, including running into an old familiar face, Shaman Sardine, who informed you that he was there to preach the goodness of
great and powerful
Pisces.
Starlight Medallion.
Who had also informed you that there was someone else there that was also petitioning their new god in this strange conversation, which people were still trying to come to terms with whether or not this was true. You met this ambassador of the Lady of Creation, who turned out to be Vagus's brother, who you learn's name was Vulgar. Or no, sorry, Vandal. Who, after a polite conversation, him seemingly not to know who you were, invited you all out to dinner in order to discuss a potential alliance of sorts. And after starting to spread the good word of the Guardian of the Dead, or God for short, as you were called out by Shaman Sardine for having a really shitty ad campaign.
Doctor.
You started fixing that during this convention, in which, as sunset occurred and the convention was still very much going on, decided to excuse yourself for the night and went to the agreed-upon restaurant where you met with Vandal. To your surprise, had cleared out the entire restaurant, having apparently rented out the entire place, aside from the staff, and engaged in a rather tense conversation, in which he did a check-in with you to see what your intentions were at this convention and to see if you were going to be any problem for him. Also, I had the conversation in which they established the familiarity between himself and Vagus, recognizing that yes, they were blood related, but that according to him, they were now two completely different people, as he had embraced the changes that were presented to him by the Lady of Creation, and had discussion about their nature as lizard folk, in which he presented a gift to Vagus in the form of a potential sacrifice of Varble, an old bodyguard of Vagus's, who was instrumental in many ways in shaping his life. Vagus, disgusted by this display, had some harsh words with his younger brother, who then expressed his curiosity before exiting the establishment, leaving the rest of the food that was presented to you to consume. So you wish.
Motherfucker, did he leave us with the check?
No.
I was gonna say.
No.
Like, by the way,
By the way,
I'm not paying it.
I
That'll be
had 2 appetizers.
3 electrum.
Ooh.
No.
I can
Sorry.
imagine too. He's probably like watching the clock the entire time, like, I only rented this for an hour.
There's a line out the
It's like,
door.
listen,
Wrap
guys. Listen, okay.
Good meeting you again,
Uh,
Doctor.
yeah, good seeing you again. Come on. Let's go.
After which you all began to move outside, in which you realized
No.
that the stars were glittering upon the lake of Viro, much to like the note that was left to Apollo earlier that day. So that's where we continue. As you are
Wanna go
all
first
still
one?
within this restaurant, you kind of
No.
see through the stained glass. It doesn't provide a clear amount of view, but you can see that the sun has set. It is now dark outside, and it is strangely quiet. And you can see just barely through the glass the glistening of starlight on the water. Not a very clear view, though, as we brought you back into the restaurant. So, you're currently in this restaurant. I'll say still seated at the table. Vandal and Vargal have just left, and I almost said Jimmy. Apollo, you have this feeling of what might be waiting outside. Is this tension in the air, as you were very much
Tonight's
aware of.
gonna
So,
be a good
you are
night.
currently alone in this restaurant, aside from the staff, who are keeping a distance, feeling the tension and the need of to not get involved in bullshit this is. So you currently have the place to yourselves. What do you wish to do?
Like, didn't he put a bomb under that table? We'll just wait over here.
We'll just. They had, to
was
they had to
interesting.
restrain the store owner.
I said, well, that was
Like, you better not
interesting.
get blood on the car.
All right. Shh.
Your
To say the
little
least.
brother's a little bit of a dick.
A little bit? He's a lot of bit.
I don't think that's
That's-
fault on him, unfortunately.
I don't think it's his fault.
Do you think he's actually under Lorelai's control, or do you think he's actually kind of drinking the Kool-Aid?
We'll never really know anymore.
I think it's a mixture of both.
I feel like he's drinking the Kool-Aid. But
I
for
know.
himself.
Yeah. Are you okay, Vegas?
I'm fine. It's aggravating, the whole situation, but I'll be alright.
Okay. Well, how long did you think you rented this place out for?
I see a line starting to form outdoors, so probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
I'm
think
gonna
it's
eat
like
as
an
much food as
hour?
possible.
Do you think we have this place for like an hour?
I mean, I feel like an hour.
By the way, what are we going to talk to her?
Apollo will walk over to the waitstaff. Hey, so how long do we have before we have to leave?
Can we just live here now?
She went, oh, well, it was rented out for the entire evening.
Oh!
So up until we close.
Oh,
What time do you guys close?
and it's on Vandal's tab, right?
Of
It ain't
course,
on my tab.
of course, he said anything that you all wanted. But we close in the early hours of the morning. I don't know if I've ever actually established a fucking time system.
Work
for this
hour
world.
time, yeah.
We close around 1 a.m.
Cool. Well, thank you. We'll let you know if we need anything.
Of course.
We have the place until 1 a.m. I don't want to go outside.
Why
Why
not?
not?
She who shall not be named is waiting.
Who?
She
Literally,
who
that's
shall
not
not
her.
be named. Starts with an R and ends with Anya.
Rania!
Rania.
Run.
Rania.
It's the off-brand goddess.
Rachel and
Rhina Bone Split.
Oh.
Ricola.
No,
Three.
don't do that.
Do we want to have a conversation with her?
Sounds like
Yeah, I don't know.
Sheik is kind of making us have a conversation
I don't
with
think
her.
we have much of a choice, I'll be honest.
Yeah, really.
Do we?
I think we're gonna walk out that
Yeah,
door.
either-
I think no matter what
Get
we do, there's
cutscened
going to
in
be
a
a
way.
conversation.
Either we go talk to her, or we're just gonna keep getting 17 letters a day.
Yeah. So I think we have to talk to her. But
Why the fuck didn't you show up last time?
Ignore me not.
I bought flowers.
I love this is like the goddess's
I
way
shaved
of
for
communication.
you.
I showed you my balls. Please respond.
The food here for me feels a little bit
I'm not eating.
too
I'm already
fancy.
eating.
Yeah, that's all
I mean, if we have some time, how do you guys feel about like a feast for heroes
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think we could indulge
before we go
ourselves.
to Ravania?
Yeah.
Mouthful of.
I don't. That's a very expensive feast, Ava.
It is, but if you're gonna meet Ravania,
We should probably also talk about so we're gonna talk to Ravania. I mean, the one way or another it's happening. She's gonna just ask hey, give me the name, right?
yeah.
So what are we going to say in response to that?
No.
No.
Are we just
No.
saying no? Hope she lets us leave.
We smack her wrist and walk out of the portal.
She's gonna try and make a deal, I think.
I don't know if she. Yeah.
Does anyone have anything that they would possibly even consider making a deal over?
No.
No.
Paulo, that was a deep, thoughtful sigh.
Unless she literally held all of you at gunpoint. Wait, I don't know what a gun is. Unless she literally held all of you at
Ballista point.
razor.
A
Lorelai
bricky?
gave me one of these.
A bricky?
Lady of Creation's
Listen, I
holy
don't-
weapon is just a clock.
What do you got of lead, motherfucker?
What's the spell component? Lead.
If she captures all of us and I was the only one left, I maybe might,
I just.
might give it name.
We're at a pretty big disadvantage here. I'm not saying give her the name by any means, but looking at it from a very, I don't know, calculated standpoint. We know of how many boons. Sardine has one, Ravania has two.
Sardine doesn't have one.
Sardine does have one.
Power 2
Pisces.
plus.
Pisces. Well, Pisces. Has one.
Pisces. Sardine doesn't have shit.
Ego has one, and Vagus has one. So there's 5. So there's 3 that we either don't know about or
Well, it's possibly one in
in Kieran or the shores
Kieran.
of
Yeah,
Kieran.
which I think that's where we should go next. By the way.
But Gold Coast,
Yep, Golden Shores.
Golden Shores.
Or no, Golden
That's
Shores.
where
are- no,
Lorelei is.
That's where
That's where
Lorelai's
Lorelai is,
HQ
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That's her HQ.
Kieran.
We have the name written down. 'Cause last time we talked about.
Yeah, you guys. I know you guys know it.
Yeah.
I know Ava said it multiple times.
So there's
Yeah.
possibly up to 6. And every person that we've ever fought or engaged with that has one of these
Has been way more powerful than we are.
has phase 2.
So powerful.
So we need.
So either we need to awaken Vagus's and not do the whisper game, or we need to get someone else another boon.
Which we know where one would probably are.
Maybe. If it's not already been claimed.
Well-
we have been spending a lot of time doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
Time has passed, and we put that on the back burner. So we're kind of in limbo right now.
Perion.
Perion.
Perion. Thank you. I think Ravanya might have 2 boons, right? Because
Yeah.
she was offering a boon
She
to
offered-
Apollo.
No one. Yeah. I don't think we ever really give her the name until we know, if we ever know, that the madness is causing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to believe that she deep down is someone who's been twisted and tormented, but ultimately I have to know without a shadow of a doubt before I would even think about giving her name.
Because we don't even know who she was
prior. There's so much.
She could be
unknown.
much worse with a clear conscience.
Like right now, she's evil. What if she was just a bitch to start?
What, she's evil and crazy. What if she was evil and
Well, I don't even
calculating?
think she's evil. I think she's just mad. I think she's just
That's very true.
driven with madness. There's no.
But I
The
think
reality of her is different.
What is the only thing that she's going to want is that name.
Mhm.
And we're just gonna go into it and say no.
Well, we have to think of something. Is there a deal where if we give her the name and we come out ahead somehow? Can you think
No.
of anything where we?
It would
I-
have to be of some magical means that would bound even someone of her power.
We'd have to
But
know
I
for
haven't-
certain that we'd have to know who she is after she gets the name. Like what happens after, i.e., does she go back to being who she was prior, or does she still ascend to this new godhood and now have her name? Like Vagus's boon would have to go like unlocked
Yep.
potential. Someone else would have to get another boon. with
So we'd get a
unlocked
boon from
potential.
Urania, unlock the potential of his, and the one that's given out, and then
Or
is there a
maybe-
way? Remember when we were at those like big floating like asteroid things, and we were able to like
The
see
belt?
kind of Ravania's past?
The secure.
Like we saw all those visions and kind of walked through Ravania's
When
past a
we're
little.
going on the Circle
Is
Two.
there? Yeah.
Goes
Is there
through a
any
loop,
other
right?
way
That,
we
that
can
was True, yes.
yeah.
That's your memories.
that we can like try and see her past?
Is there any way that we can, because Alu was part of her. Like they were split. Well, no, because there was Alu and Alu 2.
Yeah.
But Alu 2 was a
Electric
part of
Alu.
Ravania, right?
Yeah. Well,
No, that was just the
No.
corrupted side of
Side of
Alu
her,
from being.
okay.
Yeah.
well, what if then the deal is that we set her back further into the race? Like, what if we ask for
She
the
won't do that.
boon or boons that she has for a name?
Well, that's what Gray and I, or
Wow.
sorry, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said that's what Gray and I.
Yeah.
He named his character Gray in Baldur's
Yep.
Gate.
You said Jimmy. Now we're all thinking.
Now
past
we're all
that.
I
going
know.
back to
Today we're
campaign.
last session of the year. We're all just
I
getting a little
think-
fucked up today.
No, well, if she unlocks Vagus's boon and gives us
Of
the
another
other
one.
boon that she has, and unlocks
and
that,
can help us unlock that.
that's a lot.
That is. That gives us
That lets us fight.
Lorelei and Ego. And there's the chance, very small, but the chance that Ravania is somewhat better without the craziness.
We either take a shot on crazy Ravanya or go talk to Yamal. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to talk to Yamal. I don't think that there is anything good that comes from that conversation.
Well, I mean, shit, she technically made Ravania.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think between those options, honestly, I think I take our odds with Ravania between those two. Because I think Ravania just got fucked over by Yamal, went crazy, and like he might have not been the best beforehand, but I think not crazy Ravania will be somewhat better to deal with at least
Yeah.
than crazy Ravania.
Okay. But in Alu's memories, the Ravanya of that time, was that crazy Ravanya or was that
No.
before she went crazy?
That was pre-crazy. That was-
I don't know.
She was already looking for the boons. Like she already found like
She
the
she
boon of
wanted to
Pathos.
ascend, yeah.
We only know that this was Ravania's journey to the boon of Pathos.
Yeah.
I don't know if
We
she's
don't know
already had
why
it.
she wants to ascend. Like we don't know like what she's
think-
gonna do when she ascends.
Would we know in terms of the timeline of her interaction
She
with
wants-
Yamal?
Like all the visions we saw of her
Like the
In terms
visions
of what?
when in
It was-
terms of Alu.
pre-Yamal or post-Yamal. It was pre, right?
I don't know if you guys ever confirmed that for sure. I'll just say above table, because I'm also assuming you maybe just had more conversation with Alu. This would have been pre-Yamal.
Yeah.
Because I think there was one point where Alu told you that she wasn't the same
Yeah.
after speaking with Yamal.
Well, because it was she got the boon and then Yamal like helped her unlock it. But
Yeah.
in doing
Yes.
that, that's what drove her crazy.
Drove
So
her
what we
crazy.
what we saw
She's-
was her getting the boon. So that was pre-Yamal.
So she went to Yamal to unlock the second phase or higher potential.
We
That
of
was the
and
deal.
That was the
And
deal.
And drove her crazy.
And
So
drove her
I mean,
crazy.
she made it, the deal that she gave was she gave up her name.
yep. Which then
She gave
and
up her
created what she is now. Which is another reason why we shouldn't deal with Yamal. Because if that happened once,
It
probably can happen again.
I think that makes the most sense. We don't know, and I don't think we'll ever know for certain. But I think Ravanya discovers the boon, goes to Yamal, and makes a deal with Yamal for Yamal to unlock the true potential of the boon, giving Yamal her name, and that's what sends everything into the spiral.
So I think if we have to put our eggs in a basket, it's the
It would
Ravania
have to be
Because I think we
Ravanya.
can take Ravanya on better than we could take Yamal on.
Well, it's also that I think she's not in her current state evil.
She's just crazy.
She's just
Right.
We don't know if she's evil until after the fact.
she's just
I know. I'm
in
just
her
worried
own
she becomes
reality.
like. I'm worried she becomes driven and evil once she has her name.
Well,
That
right now
is-
she's driven and doing evil things, but like crazy evil things.
Yeah, but sometimes she feels like a lost child to me versus like once she has her name, like
And that's what I'm thinking.
Every
Because
time
because we have get those feelings, I think we have more of a chance putting our faith in that basket than in the Yamal basket.
Every time that I've ever spoken to her in my dreams, it has been coherent, and it has been her doing her best to skirt the boundaries of the deal that she made with Yamal to give me information. Granted, she's still trying to get something out of it, which anybody would. If you're in a shit deal and you need something, you're not going to give everything that you have away and hope that the other person, does
Yeah.
good for you. I just,
yeah,
I think
I
in,
get that.
in terms of my perspective, going to Yamal is dangerous. But for Ravania, it's a gamble.
I think if we were to, I don't want to spend too much time talking because we've talked about a lot of this stuff already. I think if we talk to her and it comes down to making a deal basically to give her the name, I think these are the criteria we should ask. And if anyone has anything else to add on top of them, go ahead. Unlocking Vagus's boon, providing the other boon she was offering and helping unlock that as well, and also releasing her control and touch on all those people that she's corrupted.
To reverse the.
And also like stop doing evil stuff.
She's gonna do
I
whatever
don't-
she does after the fact. I think we'll have to just deal with that. I think if she can at least undo, let go of everyone that she's touched, that would be enough for me.
I don't think she will or can. That's so
She also won't-
intrinsically part of her power.
She also won't stop doing what she wants to do, though. But she can continue
but at
doing what she
least
wants
we
to do.
can-
But then if she at least starts over from square one, that's easier to deal with for us.
Yeah, but you can at least talk to her and be like, hey, yo, we're giving you your name, but if you start literally hurting people and doing evil shit and working with Ego and Lorelai again, we're gonna put you down, bro. Like, you need to be clear about that, because I'm gonna kill her if she does that.
Well,
Straight
yeah,
up.
She
I'm
understands.
gonna
Yeah.
cut her throat out.
She understands.
that's why I think the big thing we need to ask though is to let go of the people she has, because if she does that, then it's going to be a lot harder for her to do things. She basically have to start over.
That is the
As far as like something tangible to ask for,
yeah, I agree. It's just it is a gamble
Mhm.
talking to Ravanya.
it's a gamble either way. And but I think we have a better odd of that
Well,
one.
Yamal has proven evidence that she's just dangerous to talk to, regardless. But with Ravanya,
Hey, I don't know where Amal came from, because not once have we mentioned going to Amal. I
Well-
just, like, I know she's a contrast, but...
Yamal has given us the opportunity to unlock Vagis's potential before we skedaddled.
Yeah.
We left in a hurry, and she was like, "Well,
Yeah.
I can give you." So that's what we're basing it off of. If we have to choose one
Okay,
or the
okay.
other in order to help us,
true.
Yeah.
we
I
need
just,
Yamal.
like... I don't know. I don't really want to give her her name. I just want to kind of talk to her and be like, okay.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
I-
we don't have to.
Yeah, we don't. I'm just saying if it comes to that,
Yeah, if
it comes to that, we need to have a plan set
Yeah.
of like this, and this. Then we'll consider giving you the name.
I do believe that
Like, listen, she was willing to give up something so intrinsic to her to get more power.
Well, she didn't
She's-
know how important it was.
and with power,
You
what
can
does
be
that make
naive
you?
and make deals and decisions that you don't know
Yeah.
and understand the lasting ramifications of
Oh,
them.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
for
it sounds
sure,
like she
for
didn't know
sure.
what she was getting into. So yeah, I think we should just go talk to her.
Still
We
needs
see what she has to
people.
say, and if we need to make a deal, I think at least those conditions.
Okay. Do you still want a hero's feast or not?
So we doing food or
I got DoorDash open right now.
listen?
It's advantage on wisdom saving throws, no poisoning, no fear.
I could do something that's a little bit less costly.
Speech.
Okay, then I can do
Well,
some enhanced
intellect quarters?
abilities instead.
Mm.
I'll give.
Check the speaker.
Yeah, Ava, if you do enhance ability, and then Apollo, if you can do the intellect fortress.
I'll do. Yeah. Inspiring leader. And I will do intellect fortress at 5th level. And give it to Vagus and myself.
Can you set it to search? I'm gonna hook up my laptop or my.
What was that?
Can you set it to
Doctor?
search?
You should be able to. If nothing, if the laptop doesn't connect to it, then
Got
it should be searching.
Okay.
I'll do enhanced ability, and I'm gonna. 1 second.
Pray to Pisces.
Just figuring out what level to do it at. Well, music.
The band is here.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Damn. And
Sorry.
Vandal rented out a band.
Uh,
I don't know if he was trying to intimidate or impress us because
I think he's trying to fuck.
I think.
Please do not fuck my brother.
Golden rule for Vegas. I
It
know.
is the
I
whole-
fuck.
not fuck the brother.
It is the whole family that fucks, but he's not
We do
allowed.
not get fucked. All right.
No.
Just listen.
Everybody gets 17 temp HP.
Ooh.
There's a strict friends and family rule.
Mhm.
Friends and family discount.
Is it 17?
How does the speech go?
We're damned if we do. We're damned if we don't. Let's get this over with so we can go home and drink some more.
I thought that was gonna rhyme at the end.
Nope.
I did too, actually.
I'll drink to that.
Why would? Have I ever rhymed once in this campaign?
I'll drink to that.
Probably.
It lended itself to a rhyming.
I'll drink to that.
Here's to honor. If you can't come in or
Come on, her.
Ah, it's crazy.
But what if you got that dog in you?
Dogs don't sleep on the bed. You gotta go to the couch.
Alright. Temp HP.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Let's go.
Let's go. I'll go ahead and cast it at 4th level, so that's
I'll do
3
a second
people who
cheers.
get enhanced ability. Do you guys want to be advantage on charisma
Yeah.
or wisdom saving?
I think charisma.
Well,
Well,
does it give you advantage on saving throws?
yeah, everything.
Wait.
A lot of
I
just
think,
checks.
oh no, it's just
Just
checks.
checks.
Check.
Just
Sorry,
checks.
sorry,
checks,
sorry,
checks.
sorry.
Charisma.
Checks.
Give it
Yeah, let's do
charisma.
charisma.
I would
Charisma.
do. I would do.
Okay.
Raise this bitch up.
Apollo, you, and who else is gonna talk?
Probably you.
Oh, so Apollo, you.
I don't know if it's.
Ava, give it to yourself.
Yeah, I would do.
I feel like you're gonna be pretty
just in
vocal.
case.
Okay, I might be pretty vocal. I might cuss out a bitch. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
so
not
at
my
least
fault.
you'll be able to like, with advantage, cuss out a bitch.
I might cuss out a bitch. I need this.
Charisma check. Base 15.
That's
And then I get a plus
Yes!
13 mod.
Yes!
What are we waiting for? I love you, King Julian.
Oh, great and powerful.
What is happening here?
We all descended
There's-
will.
There's so much noise
His
all this time.
ADHD kicked
I
in.
didn't
started
I
bouncing off
understand
everybody.
shit.
See, if I take medication, this will never happen again. See, I can't do that.
Yeah, he's off the meds.
Yeah, I can't do that.
I'm off these perks.
Popped a perk third and got straight to fuck.
Tell him bring out the whole ocean.
I'm at ATM about to pull out all of it.
Jesus.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Might be the best series of TikToks known to man.
Dracula flow, I will live and die by.
I'll send them in the chat tonight so you guys can all admire what
Thanks, appreciate it.
this is about.
Fuck it, I ate the up.
Stupid.
Alright, let's
Damn
go.
you're kind of crazy tonight.
I'd like to leave.
So,
Smoke the op.
you all decide.
Sorry, it's nervous energy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Sure. So, after, do any of you eat the food that is provided
Nope.
by the restaurant?
I
He
did.
did.
He's been fucking
Just
it
you.
up.
Yeah.
He's been
All
fucking
right.
it up.
The food just keeps coming, and you see the servers are just more and more surprised by how much you're able to
I'm
consume.
throwing it back.
Yeah.
You stop.
While the rest of you are taking a point to avoid the food.
Avoot the food. Avoot.
You see, there's a little bit of confusion and slight concern. At one point, you see someone like appear from the kitchen that might be the manager. It's going to ask you like if there's a problem with the meal, and then decides nope, and just goes back inside. But after some major prep talking with yourself, trying to hype yourselves up, you all gather together and step outside. The first thing that you all notice is
Oh, sorry. I was like, we could fuck up their money so bad by ordering for all of Viro right now. It's on Vandal's tab. We could just totally fuck them financially. Sorry, that was just a.
How to really
Side-
beat Lorelai. Bankrupt her.
I was just-
Capitalism at its
We take out the
finest.
CFO
that's an easy win. I don't want to do it that way. Let's continue.
and a round for the city.
Yeah.
I want it delivered, and remember, it's on Vandal's tab.
It's on Vandal's tab.
you wake up next morning like, what
We
the
don't deliver it. You do now.
Oh, Lorelai's gonna be so pissed.
Does this place have a bar? Since we're on our way out.
Oh, yeah.
What's your most expensive alcohol?
I mean, they're open until 1, I assume.
We might not be alive. After
I'll say there is
so-
a bartender who you see is tall for a dwarf, but you see
be
looks like
serving
he's
them
standing on
drinks.
some kind of crate. Or there's actually underneath the bar, like on the ground level, there's like a step for the shorter races to be able to bartend.
Oh, accommodating.
You see as he looks up at you, kind of nervously. Can I help you, big man?
What's the strongest thing you sell here?
Dragon's breath.
Giant's nut.
Oh,
Gem of the Lake. It's a pretty strong gnomish liquor.
Take 2 bottles of it and put it
so-
on the tab for that table.
I say it's a little.
it's Vandal's
You-
tab.
you
Can
guys-
you give me one bottle of everything on the top shelf?
Oh, we're gonna bankrupt
God.
Lorelai tonight. Plans have changed, boys.
I am
Oh.
old enough to drink.
I just.
I told you not to
car.
fucking wink when you do that.
And you see he kind of like, one moment, and he goes around the bar, and you can hear like a hushed conversation with the manager before it comes back. And I'm sorry, we wouldn't be able to put that much on a tab.
Oh, he's good for it.
He's also not here. I could definitely
As
the
much as
50
you
bottles.
can put on the tab.
I mean, he left it for us.
He left it for us and he rented out the building. You think he can't afford it? He got money.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. I rolled, but can I guidance myself?
Sure.
Is it advantage?
Ava
Oh,
already
because we have
crafted-
advantage because catch grace.
Oh my god!
It's the same thing. I rolled the
Damn.
same number twice.
This is meant to be.
It's a big one.
Damn. It's still not. 15.
15. You see, he kind of looks at you and just, look, I really don't want to piss off a client like him. Definitely, those 2 bottles I put in the tab. I can give you
Okay.
1 additional if you want to pick something out.
That one.
All right, what do you point at?
Whatever looks expensive.
Okay, can you describe it for me?
Anything that is in like a really cool shaped like glass blue bottle.
Icewind Ale.
Okay. You point
Like
at
the most intricate looking bottle I could see.
Yeah. So you point at this bottle. It's a beautiful. You can tell this has to be hand blown stained glass. Like this is a custom bottle for.
I'm in.
You said it.
I did say it. It's just fucking glass. That's how you describe it.
Here,
I
fuck the
mean,
glass out
there's
here. Let's go, man.
You said it again.
As you see, it's this beautiful blue glass bottle.
Yep.
There we go.
It looks to be some kind of. We're going in. It's some kind of sea creature, some kind of like octopus-like creature
Oh
whose
my.
arms are
Chris
sticking
is
up.
hard.
And
Kraken.
I'm about to say you ordered Kraken.
You got Kraken, you
it's
motherfucker.
beautiful bottle of
I'll
Kraken.
take that Kraken.
Damn it. That's gonna sit throughout the entire campaign.
Yep.
You receive 3 bottles of liquor, which
He's
none
writing
of
it
you,
down, damn
none of
it.
you will know. Yeah, so you can put 1 bottle of Blue Kraken.
I'll put the other 2 in my bag. Just
All right,
Keep
and
that
the
shit
other
away from those
2
2
are
bottles.
Gem of the Lake.
chill with the
2
boy.
bottles of Gem of the Lake, in which none of you know the prices of this liquor.
Great. Do they have Icewind Ale here?
No,
Damn.
that's not in this world.
Damn it. Missed opportunity.
They have get fucked bourbon though.
My favorite.
Ah. It's Dagger's favorite. I'll put it on his Christmas list.
It's right under fuck.
Yeah. Is that what determines if we talk to
On 3 or
Ravana?
after.
Oh. Oh. Take the L.
I'm
boy.
this many.
That's 2 out of 3.
Uh-oh. Oh, you done it to yourself, mate.
no!
You done it to
This
yourself.
man.
As you
I'm a real boy.
Oh, fuck.
I'm playing out at the stoplights on the way home.
I just drank a fly.
Look out the window and
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How the fuck did a fly get in there?
It was a bug or something. I don't know.
protein.
Protein. Refill it then.
Yeah, you can get some
You
more.
gotta sanitize, you know.
The fly was in there. That's part of the hail.
There's something in there. Got some funk to
so
it.
as you take your new ale, you assume it's expensive, and put it in your bag or just
He gave
give
us the
you.
well liquor.
Tito's.
As you
I have Kirkland brand vodka.
E&J.
Pop off.
Ian, oh god.
as you
Some more in there.
step
What the fuck
outside,
you think you're doing?
It's getting low.
the first thing that you all notice is it is extremely quiet. There is no one out on the streets, which has not been the case. Well, it was not the case the night before. It's as if there's this unease that's spread throughout the entire city that has convinced the populace to just stay home tonight. And on a night like tonight, this street should be filled with lovers and adults enjoying the evening, walking along the shores of this lake. As you see this massive pane of black glass as the water sits undisturbed across the lake of Viro. In itself, disturbing. Such a massive body of water, such as this, should have ripples and currents and waves. But instead, you see a sheen of starlight. And Ava, you instinctually feel a pull. And as you all look upon this, and say a roll is not necessary, you can see along the shoreline, extended out in this strange optical illusion. You swear that the starlight reflected from the skies above seemed to form a doorway upon the surface of the water.
Oh no, a doorway! Kyrie!
The one time I don't want to go through a starry door.
All right.
Hmm.
Rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first?
I'll walk over the
I'll
door.
go first.
I already won.
I go second, I guess.
I'll go second and a half.
I'll go last. Covering the rear.
Apollo reaches down to hold Ava's hand.
I look back up and you see reflected like in Ava's
that.
eyes is like some worry for once because she's not sure about this, but she just gives your hand a squeeze and starts to walk through the door.
Oh no, Ava's worried. I'm worried now. Okay, we go through. We're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be great.
I pop
Here, what's
5 per 30.
What the fuck did you do? You just pull out a prescription
I
bottle.
think it might be a talk heavy scene.
I pop 15 per
Thank
30.
you.
God damn it, Chris.
Oh, it might be a talk heavy scene.
It is a really talk heavy session because where you're going.
What can you
That's
not,
way
can you not
session.
hear?
Session.
I
Oh,
stand,
maybe someone spoke up.
I stand
Chris.
halfway in the door and halfway out.
I would not recommend
You
that.
said something. Now we're just talking the whole time. Damn it. Oh, it's got a little bit. It's got a little bit still.
As you all step,
Get in there. Nice and safe. Yeah, there you go. Oh,
as you all step
how'd you know where it
through
was at?
this doorway, at first,
Dialed in.
hey guys,
Yep.
as you step through this doorway, with Vagus leading the group, as your foot extends out over the water and you instinctually feel yourself starting to fall forward, the bottom of your foot breaks through the icy cold of this water. And it's a shock as you just see as Vagus just seems to almost like faceplant into the water. But there's only a slight ripple from where his foot makes contact, and the rest of him just vanishes beneath the surface.
Oh no.
Not even a door. I just fucking.
You just tripped.
And as you all follow one by one, you find that first feeling of touching the water sinks into your clothes, but only on where your foot first made purchase, as the rest of you is dry but still chilled. You find yourself in a dark expanse. It is shapeless and unending and somewhat familiar to all of you. You felt this sensation before, this feeling of being suspended underneath and all around reality all at once, as if you're in the space behind whatever projector of reality you live in. And in front of you, seeming to rise up out of the shadows of this chamber itself, is this long black stone table that extends, and a similar optical illusion to the door, but seems to extend forever, with a series of stools that line up the sides. You can see that there are 8 seats at this black obsidian table. And you realize that you are not alone in this room. The first thing that you notice is the figures in this space are larger than your minds can comprehend, but also humanoid and similar in size to yourself. It's a strange Lovecraftian effect of your mind trying to rationalize what it is that you're picturing. Except for you, Vagus. You struggle with this much less than your comrades. The first thing that you notice is on the left-hand side of the table, not up near the opposite side, but closer to the middle, is a massive, beautiful, blue-skinned woman. Body serpentine in shape, as she is coiled around one of the stools. As you see, she turns to you with a welcoming and loving smile as you see Pisces.
This-
Oh
Yeah,
I don't
Across
think
from
this
her.
is the meeting we thought it was.
no!
Across from her, you see
It's a meeting of the gods.
sitting uncomfortably on the stool, one leg kind of cocked over the other. You see she's leaning as far back on a stool as she can, drumming her fingers, looking up at this massive woman in front of her. You see a small, very mortal-looking Hoplin, who looks very familiar to all of you that went to the black market. As you see Tracy, the Hoplin
Wait, what?
mechanic who informed you of the engine sales,
Yeah.
She's at the table?
sitting
Wait, what?
next to her.
Oh no!
You see
She has a
a
boom.
feminine
Just a
shape,
Shard from
Kieran.
a feminine
Period.
shape made of light that is radiating out of a set of armor. The features are more defined since the last time you saw her, as if she has been practicing this human shape. She looks much more like an elf than she did when she was just energy the last time you saw.
Yeah, she still got fucked.
And directly
Level up,
across
dude.
from her, you see seated with feet slightly spread in a still very solid position, looking to you with this burning gaze, the draconic head and claw of Ego Vex, as he just silently watches you enter. And at the head of this table on the opposite, overlooking this entire chamber, larger than the imagination, the very essence and the shadow itself, you see as her eyes, which are two massive moons in the sky, as they close, you see the entire form begins to shrink down. And even though her body still encompasses the entire back of what would be this display, you see as Ravania contains herself down into the familiar snake-like shape that you had seen in most of your dreams, and the form that ripped itself through the doorway made of dead corpses back in Dendar. And you see as she looks down and across all simultaneously, similar to Pisces' distortion of size, looks across all of you. Starlight Battalion, you've finally arrived. Please, have a seat. And you see as Lorelei looks over and what exactly are they doing here? They have no place in these conversations. He said, and you see as she just looks, I invited them. I think it is time that a conversation was had. Enough of this squabbling. It is time for us to converse. No tricks here. In this space, no harm shall come, for I have decreed it. We're here to talk.
We all have telepathic bond up.
We're also in the god realm, so I don't know.
I don't think that was gonna work very well.
I don't know how that works.
Please, have a seat.
I take a seat
I think in my head,
across from me.
y'all still hear me?
Nope.
Yeah.
No?
I take a
Nope,
seat
don't
from
tell
across
Dr.
from
Vex.
wherever Ego
There's
is sitting.
only 8
Follow me.
stools and half of them are taken. Where should I sit?
I sit across from the Ego.
Okay.
You and Vegas sit
So-
next to Ego.
Do you guys want a little display on the table
Yes,
that
please.
would that
Yes,
help you guys?
please.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I want to power move this motherfucker.
I know you do. I know. All
You
right.
guys are sitting next to Ego?
Mhm.
So
You sit in Pisces' lap.
Yeah.
you guys said
Go,
Pisces?
babe.
It's just a catfish just sitting there.
I'm gonna go sit in Lorelei's lap.
Did I not Lorelai? Oh, she's over here.
You sleep like dummy thick, huh?
This is your perfect creation.
This ass.
All right, I'm gonna use this one as Ravanya because it's a little fucked up mini, which I think is kind of fitting. So this is gonna be Ravanya.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Battle mob.
That I tried to make custom minis one time before we got the 3D printers. That was my attempt. So Lorelai is sitting.
Element.
I'll just take a picture because I don't think it's gonna be combat, right? We're
No.
just sitting here.
Combat is not
Probably
allowed
gonna
in this
have-
space. But
Oh.
we'll see what you guys do.
Combat is not
Andrew,
permitted.
could I get a battle map?
Here, I'm gonna actually.
You guys are gonna kill me.
It's a big ass table. No, just joking.
We're all just. So what do you fucking want? Nothing.
Nothing.
I just want to talk.
Tell me what's going on.
No.
Oh, oh no!
What'd you do?
I almost broke the camera.
Right. Oh, we set this up. Perfect.
Alright, I was gonna do these sixes in the chairs, but that's just gonna be a pain in the ass. And then we got our little.
Amazing.
One day I'll be as cool as Mercer and have a shit ton of minis, but for now we use our Imagine hats.
Size queen.
Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be little Hopalong. Who there is a here, actually let me try it this way. Because I know you guys like to fuck around with seating. I think you've done that to me in every campaign we've played so far.
Seating?
Where you guys have like tried to power move with seats.
Us? No.
No.
This is just a table, bear with me.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and so these two are sitting at the head, and then she's sitting kind of outside there.
So there's only 3 open seats.
I guess I'll sit here then. Or Vegas.
I think every time we've had like a situation, you guys had to have a sit down with another party. You guys have like fucked with the seating, so
Yep.
there you go. You guys can
Okay.
continue this BS.
Put Vegas next to Ego.
We're trying to play musical chairs. Just throw the chair around.
Who wants to be next to Lorelai?
I'll sit
I'll do it.
Go sit next to Lorelai.
I'll
I'll
sit
do
between.
it. No one else.
That's the Hopalin. She's not sitting next to Lorelai.
I sit between her.
You do?
Yeah.
Where's Ava?
Fuck that bitch. Next solo.
Ava is. Oh, I didn't put down Pisces on the map, did I?
Isn't
No.
Pisces at the end?
You know what? We're just gonna add more seats because then it makes sense.
Isn't that Pisces at the end? Who's that at the end then?
The table gets longer.
Well, no, then
So
there's
move,
more than 8.
huh?
Isn't
Yeah, I
that
know there's
making
more than 8, but I don't. I forgot
Put
to put it-
Pisces right here.
I go up to Pisces, and then I look up at her beautiful, big, feminine body with all the serpentine, and I put my hands up, and I'm like, uppies.
She will give you the uppies.
Oh.
I thought you were gonna say Ava just cops a feel like.
I mean, alright,
Uppies.
this can be. Yeah, and so Ava can be sitting with Pisces, which you can see when this happens. Lorelai just so we'll say that since Pisces now is sitting to Lorelai's left, Lorelai's kind of looks over in disgust at this display, and
How
and
dare you
yeah.
just uppies
sitting
at
here.
this table?
All right, there we go. So now we
Yeah.
have
Big one, Amanda.
We're
Show
half
us the
cheeky in the last chair. One cheek on, one cheek off.
Yeah, you think with a
So
symbol
Wayne
of
and Paul are
God, they have-
sharing a stool.
One chick on, holes out. Let's go.
It's definitely someone's not the god of math here because there's not enough chairs. for
The
No,
streets
there's
are
not.
dying,
There's
We can't
not.
get enough chairs for everybody. Huh?
Never
No, there's
been
not.
a god of math.
It's the god realm, and we can't even.
All right, we
math.
just extend it out one more, and we'll put.
All right, I'll see as you all walk in, and Ravanya declares that she invited you all. You see as the table extends
Extends, yeah. Okay, so we
to
can each
allow
get a
enough
seat.
seating. But the table originally had 8 seats, and you can
So
suspect there's
bad.
a strong reasoning for that.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Gabi said in the chat.
What
She
goes?
said, "Titty warm and soft, world cold and hard." Amen. Proverbs
Amen.
16:32.
Oh,
I'm bidding that in chat.
yeah.
Amen. You
So-
pinned it?
I pinned it. I want people to know what this is about.
And we're a serious streamer.
Titty warmers off.
So, as you all take a seat in this musical chair / dick measuring contest,
What? Dick measuring? No.
you can see as Ego looks to you, Wade, and seems to steady you for a moment before returning his eyes directly across the table to
I'm just gonna lean forward. Because you-
you see as he does it, you grab his full attention for a moment. He just no emotion, just studies you for a moment before his gaze falls back to Lorelei, who's sitting directly across from him.
What a gaze is he going on here?
And as you see as Ravanya seems to settle back down into perhaps a sort of seated position as much as that can be with her form. And you see as Lorelei, they are
I put the thing.
I'm sad. Thanks, bud.
you see as Lorelei
Doctor.
looks around. They are
Try to talk to God here.
you have invited these fools into our discussion. You see as Ravanya.
Who says that?
These-
Lorelai?
Lorelei. These fools have proven to outwit and outplay you at every turn.
That guardian back.
I think I also deserve a seat at this table.
Precisely.
I'm with
The
him.
god of death, the guardian of death, has every right to these negotiations, as the rest of you. And you see is the Hoplin kind of like was what exactly are we doing here?
Rectangle jerking.
Hmm?
Rectangle jerking each other.
Rectangle.
I'm not familiar with that.
You go ahead.
Can I have Vagus and Wade make a religion check for me, please? Actually, I'll give you religion or Arcana. It'll just be these two.
Oh, Arcana for me. Damn.
6.
I'm here. 6. 25.
25?
Can I guide it?
You
I don't know
won't
if
need
it-
to.
yeah, I don't
You have
know.
25.
Well, they're both the same bonus, so 19.
19.
Nice.
Both of you. This is a very strange space for the both of you. There is definite powerful celestial magic here. But as you look to this Hoplin as she speaks, you notice that her form is shifting, and she seems to wince almost as if she's in pain slightly. There's something wrong with her, and you guys can see it very well, especially in this space where it is comprised of you see not physical. You don't get the sense that anyone in here is actually here, but this spiritual or energy sense. But hers is just wrong, and with your high of a roll, you can see that within her, she does have a boon, much larger than a sliver that she would have pulled out of an engine. But you can, as you watch her, you can see that it is not working. That this boon is tearing her apart.
Oh.
Oh, we go find her. Take her boon.
We know where she is.
Yeah, we do.
It's the market.
She's at the black market.
Oh,
I would
thought
say
you
you
said
can
we don't know
also you would also
Nice
know
light,
because
isn't it?
you're the one that saw her last time, right? You're one
Yeah.
of the two people. She did not have this the last time you guys saw her.
It's not meant for her.
Wonder if
That's
an
not-
engine came in and had a bit more than a shard.
Oh,
You see as she asks this, you see as Lorelai kind of leans back and folds her arms and scoffs. You see as Ravanya looks at her and kind of cocks her head slightly, and you realize that she also can see this too.
Mhm.
She can see that this young woman is falling apart in front of her,
Mhm.
but just continues the conversation. We have spent the better part of our time knowing one another, gouging for each other's throats and usurping one another's intentions. And I think I can speak for everyone here. Well, us three, and she gestures to Iko and Lorelei, that we have underestimated the Starlight Battalion. Unlike Our Lady of Dreams. And you see as Pisces, who has her arms kind of wrapped around Ava, like almost like an emotional support teddy bear, just kind of looks over to Ravanya. And Ava, you can almost feel, it doesn't burn you, but you suddenly feel this heat, like boiling water and steam across your back. Not pain, but just as this anger flares up within Pisces.
Oh, because they're also kind of like fighting each other more.
They're kind of opposed.
Yeah.
I can see why the Lady of Dreams decided to put you in her corner. A very strategic opportunity. Highly strategy. You continue to harm people and step into my domain. Indeed. And it is that kind of miscommunication that is time for us to set aside and come to an agreement amongst all of us. We all know what is at stake. I have been informed that, Starlight Battalion, you have continued to wander through the ramblings of the clerics that have gathered in Viro. What do you take of them, this situation?
They seem confused.
No one knows what's going on.
There's almost an air of not quite fully panic yet, but it's getting there.
There's a scare of clerics having visions.
Indeed.
It's a difficult thing to understand. New gods don't just form.
New gods, and then
Gods don't
Old
interact
gods.
with them.
Don't just interact with the public.
Yeah.
It is time for all of us to come together and set aside our differences and unite.
Who says this?
Ravanya. We will
Unite
see.
for what? Oh, sorry.
No. She looks at you and she just smiles in a very unsettling way. Imagine probably one of the only expressions that she possibly can do. For the war to come.
The war? Between...
Indeed. You are now well aware of the other pantheon that hides and squeals behind the Stultorian field. The gods of the endless sky do not take kindly to their intrusion and decided to take matters into their own hands. A dangerous decision for everything living here. I know that we have not seen eye to eye, so to speak. We have given you little reason to trust, but I can assure you that Our Lady of Dreams is in agreement with this council's decision. And you see as Pisces kind of gives Ravanya the side eye and looks across all of you. I have felt the anger of the gods, the endless sky gods, especially Mizara. You are aware of my connection to her. I am afraid of what will happen when she comes into this plane. If what she says, and she gestures towards Ravanya, is true, then we must unite. I'm in agreement with her. Says Ravanya, but I do not believe they fully understand of what it is we are proposing. You see, when the gods of this realm do not merely mean to return and cast out all of these outsiders, they are gods of cycles, you see. Things starting and ending. And when they arrive, they shall reset everything. A complete wipe.
Are you saying this is caused by the Statorian field and the pantheon that resides in it?
In part. One final push. You see, this world is a series of ideas that come from the outside to join, and it has just been expanding and expanding and expanding. And now it's grown into something bigger than they could ever comprehend. Too much. And now, gods with the power to rival their own, nay, gods that have killed them. Not that death matters too much. They can always come back, reform. But us, despite our godliness, we are quite mortal and quite subjective to this reality. Should the endless sky gods return, they shall bring back the Kukumari. When that happens, complete reset. Everything will start over, and everything that is here will cease to exist. Us, and everyone who currently lives here, back to square one, back to creation. Cycle anew.
What proof do you have that it's the Sultorian field gods and not your own ascendancy that's threatening them?
Oh, I do not disagree that our ascension is a cause for their concern. It is not one effect that is causing their reemergence. It is a series of small effects that have continued to trickle and fall like dominoes. This was just the final push. But luckily for us, we stand as the final domino. A chance to rewrite what fate has in store.
What's your plan for rewriting it? How do you propose, even if, say, we do unite, how do we stop it?
Simply to stop them.
It's
A
kind of-
new pantheon. New gods to establish a new order.
So you're not just talking about becoming a pantheon alongside them. You're talking about getting rid of the original pantheon.
In a way. We cannot kill the gods of the endless sky. It is their nature to fade and return again and again. We can never really get rid of them. But we can shift the scales and the balance. So that their influence will not extend ours. We shall become the major pantheons. Maybe alongside those on the other side of the Sultorian field. If we can make an accord. But for now, they lay out of our grasp.
So you
must
want to strike a deal with the Sotorian gods?
That's what it sounds like.
That is not what I am currently relying on. It is a nice addition, but for now, I wish to strike an accord with you.
Sounds very nice.
I wish for this pointless squabbling to come to an end. This rift between us. We have fought and spilled blood and subversed each other again and again throughout the entire time we have known each other. I am proposing a ceasefire. You two, and she gestures to Lorelai and Egovex. It's time to bury the hatchet and move forward as allies. Bygones be bygones with these mortal affairs. We must unite and move forward for the real war that is to come.
How do they react to that?
Make an insight check.
Could Apollo make one too?
Can I also insight check?
Absolutely.
I wanna see how much she's just pulling our. She's just saying what we would like to hear.
Who are you focusing on specifically?
Ravanya.
Ravon. Okay.
Oh, not very good. I think it's 11 total.
Apollo's watching, just trying to get a read on Lorelai and
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys are doing Lorelai and Ego?
Yeah, I'm between those two. I got a 21.
Got a 23.
High rolls. Or any of you rolled a 15?
No, a 12 on Lorelai.
12. On Lorelai. Okay.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Ravanya.
On Ravanya? Okay, I'll say yeah. Ravanya, hard to read. A lot of it you realize is because of this strange distortion that is occurring with her size and her physique. You're used to traveling in between planes, so you're not feeling completely suspended. But you're still having a weird time trying to figure out what you're seeing. It's kind of like you're constantly looking at one of those the posters with the optical illusions, and it's really making it difficult to focus. But you cannot tell one way or another about her intention. For you two that are examining Ego and Lorelai, Ego is a little bit harder to read. His focus and still appears to be just on Lorelai, but she's pretty open currently with her expression. She is not happy about this. You can see there is a clear resentment with this decision. And you can get the sense, based off of how Ravanya is kind of taking over this space, that this is her decision and they are expected to follow. And especially Lorelai does not like this.
Can I specifically make a separate insight check on Pisces?
Yes.
I want to see how she's feeling about all of this. God, I'm rolling like shit today. No, it's like below 10.
Below 10? Yeah. Yeah, she's hard to read as well.
You rolled a natural 20, just rolling.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
You see as Ravon just falls silent, and a heavy silence just falls across this chamber.
It's a little rude to call all of our squabbling, as you call it, pointless when you poisoned and killed and trapped a city. Lorelai does horrible experiments on people and keeps slaves.
Neo Vex is a dick.
And Ego Vex tried to kill half his family by sending them to the plane of Nazara, and continues to
Side with
fuck people
Altor.
over. It's not pointless.
I can see that you still do not possess your ascension.
Bitch, eat you!
What'd you say?
Eat you, girl!
She hate you.
I don't need your
Bitch, I hate you.
See, she kind of smiles at this outburst. In time, these truly trivial events will fade. Generations will pass underneath your watchful gaze. This is one sacrifice that will save countless generations. You think too much on the individual. What we are discussing here is for a countless timeline.
While I agree, you're also asking us to ignore and bring in people who have committed atrocities against
Us.
people and us. That's what you're asking. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, you're asking us to forgive and move on. When in reality, these are the people you want to ascend to godhood and to then rule over people. Someone who has a sick, twisted version of what creation is, and someone who is willing to just burn family and forsake all bonds and ties that they've created just for power. Not two ideal choices I would look to bring into a new pantheon. That is what we're saying.
Unfortunately, they are not too keen on you either.
That's fair. I'm not asking them to like us.
Indeed, and I am not asking you to like them.
We haven't committed genocide. Yet. There's still plenty of time.
Never know what the future holds.
Yeah. I'm not.
I'm not. I'll be honest with you, Ivania.
Well, let me be clear.
You are
Michelle.
incapable of anything otherwise.
I understand your worry and what you're saying. I'm not saying, like, completely fuck you and fuck all of you. Like, it's not. Don't misread me here. But Apollo put it way better than I could have put it. But the things you do now are going to inform how you do things later. What gives these people any more fucking authority other than their careless bid for power to be to sit on the pantheon where you literally symbolize ideals and values and morals?
Do you know how the war between Aldir and Altor started?
I squint my eyes at her and I look at her like mentally being like pointing like finger at her, but don't say anything.
It began over a debate between two guild artisans about the nature of Ignis Pharaoh and whether sacrifices should be given in craft or in blood. It was two men having a conversation about the nature of a god in art. That conversation spread and mutated. Became conversations about weapons and material. It became something bigger than itself until no one remembers the original drink that was had in the Forgotten Tavern. And eventually people forgot about Ignis Pharaoh altogether. Until the general started hearing their voice in her head. Whether that's true or not, who's to say? The entire war was started off of the word of a potential god. Countless dead. Another war brewing because of it. Do we blame the god? Terrible things will always happen in the name of gods. Terrible things will always happen because of gods. What I am offering you is a seat at the table. You are not forced here. You wish not to be a part of this, but to sit on the sidelines when the sky finally rips open. You may leave. Or we parlay. And you will have a voice in how things will continue moving forward. You want to save these people, you want to stop these schemes. Let go of these petty past squabbles and focus on the bigger picture.
That's just what someone who committed genocide would say.
These aren't really petty squabbles. They're asking us to put aside atrocities committed by
You're
a
asking
majority of this table.
Well, sure.
Sake.
If the bigger picture, years ahead from now, yeah, things might not might not even remember that. But you're asking us to ignore
morality.
morality and all of the little pictures that make up that big picture that matters so much to everyone that we know. To us, it's easy for you to forget because you're who you are. You've lived for what, hundreds of years. Everything seems
You're
small
old.
to you. You old bitch.
Y'all.
The old daft.
Not only that, but it does make a bit too much sense to me to have the people who seem to thwart all of your plans ceasefire in such a trying time.
Keep your enemies, or keep your friends close and your enemies closer. That's really what it seems like.
I believe that is a saying that can go in both directions.
No. I'd rather not keep any of you close, except from Starlight Battalion.
My friends will
And
stay
Pisces,
close.
I tap my arm on her.
Pisces and Pisces.
Pisces is
Yeah.
chill.
Pisces is
eye.
chill.
I slip her a pass.
Yeah.
Just and
No.
Hope I'm passing that back.
Do you wish to comment?
No one has
on
ever been
Lady
able to keep me out of
Jane's?
a room if I want to be in there. So, like,
Was that like? Does that seem threatening or just like?
As you see as Ravani looks, what do you say you, Lady of Dreams? You see as Pisces just kind of continues that kind of cold look. Despite the atrocities, I am in agreement of putting aside and uniting against whatever is to come.
So you know something is coming.
I insight check Pisces.
we all know
That's fine.
something's
Yeah.
coming.
can I also inside check?
Great.
Pisces?
Sure. Me?
I'm gonna inside check as
I
well.
don't know.
That
Yeah,
is
Okay,
what
okay.
yeah,
It's, mine's an 18.
18?
13.
I'm not very magically inclined either, but is there anything going on there? Have we seen any magical flashes in Pisces' eyes or anything like that?
I see. Look at her. I'm assuming you're looking for a corruption.
Anything.
You don't
Yeah.
sense any sort of corruption off of her, but looking at her,
That's what Wade would be looking for too, because of how in support she is of Ravania, and she's been the one that's been constantly engaging with her. I'm thinking that most likely she probably have caught some of her corruption, maybe.
looking her over, you do not sense any corruption. But Vagus, as you look at Pisces, you realize that she's definitely more open than the other members at this table. But as you look at her, you can see that she is not happy about this. That she is in no way friends with Ravania. But you get the sense that she is choosing what she thinks is the lesser of two evils. It is your decision. But if having a seat at this table may dissuade some of the most drastic actions they have decided to take up to this point, then I shall do so. You see as Ravani says, please. Very well then, since you are trusting. You have questions, do you not? And you see as the Hoplin at this point just kind of leaned back and is just like just realized received the invitation with no idea what the fuck is going on. And is now just like sitting back, eyes
Yeah.
widening as this conversation continues, just like.
Come to a dinner party.
Do you know what's happening here, by the way?
No.
No? Okay. What was your name?
Tracy.
Tracy.
We've met.
Have we?
Tracy,
Yes.
Yes.
In
Yeah.
the
Show us at the
Black Market.
I don't remember.
the black market.
black market with the black.
That's
market.
right. Yes,
Different
sure,
one.
I remember you.
Not the black market.
The
the
Market.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
The real one.
underground
I'm
stuff.
getting the sense that I'm a little in over my head here.
No,
We can
I,
meet
I
up.
can see that. We should come
Talk.
find you soon. We're gonna.
We'll catch you up.
outside of this, we
we'll-
need to meet up and talk.
We'll meet up
Right.
and talk. This is.
We'll catch you up to speed because of this fast thing.
We're just gonna kill her, right?
No, we're gonna take the boot.
No.
We're gonna get because it's killing her, so we need to get the boot.
Alright, now.
No.
I did this.
Or
Let me.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Pinky.
Did Ravanya say if you have questions, ask them now or something like that?
yeah.
Yep.
Is
Um,
it
So
just
how?
Mazara that's really pissed, or have the other gods been like making moves? Because I feel like it's only been Mazara so far. But is it like Ignis Pharaoh? Is he making a racket somewhere?
Indeed. The
Look
other
at Eagle
gods
Dicks.
are
That's for Tim's.
doing their best to manifest and spur their followers into action. And Zora
see.
has the easiest time with it. But the rest are manifesting an attempt to pull through in this material plane.
Once together, you said something that they're gonna together when they're all manifested. Is that when they can summon the Kikimora, the original creator?
I do not know for certain how they will accomplish this. But when they have all returned, they will have the ability to call upon their creator. When that happens, it will, well, everything we see, both in the endless sky and all of the offshoots, the worlds that you have seen, are all ideas. If the Kukimari were to return, everything would return with it, including the gods. They would once again become part of the Kukimari until they start thinking of new ideas. But they are just as much a part of the Kukimari as they are of them. I don't know how they will do it, but I do not intend to disappear.
I don't think anyone does. And honestly, I'm inclined to believe you on a lot of this. Like, if what you're saying is true, I agree that something has to be done, and it takes unification of some kind and a powerful force to stop it. I just don't think any of us can be okay with working with these two
Speaking from first-hand experience,
and putting them into more power.
we recently visited the plane of Mazara, which we fought to escape from her champion of sorts, and aligned ourselves with Wade's family. Recently had been sent there. The same family that when we got there were willing to sacrifice their lives if it meant stopping Mizara from climbing through. The same family that Ego would slaughter just to prove a point. So again, I'm so sorry that your perfect little plan and picture of how all of this would go is not aligning. But because of certain members at this table, their actions have directly gone against what you wish to achieve.
Couldn't have said it better.
Did they now? You see, as we have sent a very able-bodied militia strike force to distract Mizora from keeping her from appearing sooner. The Wolzir have done quite a good job harrying her forces and preventing her from manifesting. Meanwhile, the remaining of Ego's forces have spurred some discontent among Aldir, rising up a militia force as their armies gather along the coast, both in here and Aldir. Do you know how long it takes to muster an army? They will be more than ready when the rift opens. They will not be caught off guard as their armies and their ships are made and raised and ready for war.
So you just have an answer for everything then. Lorelai kidnapping Charles, interfering with Aldir's ability to make their own ships and make warships. That's part of the plan too.
Indeed.
I'm assuming she was feeding them some sort of information to make the ships better.
Indeed.
Hmm.
I had hoped to provide the ships with a new, untested technology that we were going to retrieve from a trade vessel, but once again, you proved to be in the way.
Sure. Yeah. Everybody and everything is just expendable as long as you get your way. What's the point of being a god and ascending to godhood if you have no one left to worship you at the end?
Why tell us of this now? Is it because we've become a problem?
Indeed.
That's what I feel like it is.
You have become.
You've been a thorn in my side for too long, so come sit at the table so I can finally tell you what's going on.
Seems too convenient.
Yeah. I think
Just a little
also
bit.
it's an illusion of choices too. You say you can offer us a seat at the table, but if I recall correctly, I don't remember you giving us the boons that we have.
Indeed.
The last time we talked, you weren't able to form more than 2 coherent sentences without descending into madness.
With that, you see Lorelai starts laughing.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh shit.
And you see as
You're lucky there's no violence in
Ravanya
this
turns
room.
and can I who has the passive highest insight?
Huh?
I have a high passive investigation.
I have a 17.
Me.
I'll take
I
the
have
passive
passive
investigation.
insight.
I have a passive investigation of 21.
Yeah.
Oh, so does anyone have this would be a 19 or higher on passive investigation
Nope.
or passive
Me.
insight? Okay, so all of you guys with a 19 or higher.
no.
As you say this and Lorelai starts
me.
laughing, you see as Ravania's eyes turn slightly, the black flares along the outer iris, and you see as her hand clenches. And you can see the shadows that are behind her almost seem to solidify slightly. And you can all, or you that have this passive, suddenly feel this like increase in sudden power that
Mhm.
seems to hit a wall, almost like a water that hits the side of a glass. As you realize that when you first arrived, she claimed that no one could cause harm in here based on her decree,
Mhm.
including herself. And if that wasn't in place, you don't know what she would have just done to Lorelai.
I think you two are going to have a very important meeting after this.
Lord, I thought your boonie would be dead by now.
But surely that's just a small comment that can be forgiven. You know, just much like the atrocities we're being asked to forgive as well.
Under Ravania's decree, anything is possible.
That's true.
That was good, Wade.
Also losing a name.
Apollo like turns like I wouldn't have said that. Apollo gets
No.
off the chair.
You see as Ravania starts to turn, and you see as
Half
her,
cheek off.
as her head starts to turn, you suddenly it almost looks like an after effect, like a motion blur
Too
from
far
her
away, too
movement.
far.
Almost as if you can see that she's like starting to split slightly before she just.
Just a little bit.
Forgive me. The comments.
They're just minor.
Minor.
They don't matter in the big
No,
picture.
comparison to entire genocide of Denmark.
Little
Big picture doesn't matter.
Little picture.
Big picture, I think we can all.
Big picture, we unite. Big picture.
Very well.
For the greater good.
Demacia.
Whatever he said.
For
Noxus.
Well, as you're quick to point out, I'm not the only one with leverage at the table, am I?
That is the other thing. We were all, in a sense, threatened before we arrived here.
Apollo is just
Very much a reminder of what you could potentially lose should we fail.
So just having Lorelai also send messages is just part of the gambit as well.
Having my
She looks slightly confused by this.
Oh, you didn't know?
And you see she kind of glances at Lorelai and sees Lorelai kind of looks up. You're not the only one that can play mind games, Lady of Madness.
Oh, isn't that strange? They're doing things that you didn't know about either.
And now
Crazy.
The
Almost like
cracks-
they're not good to work with.
The cracks in the armor start
Yeah,
to show.
I was saying it's not obvious now. You can see that there is this alliance between them is not very strong, and you can see that
We're in.
Oh.
that perhaps the only reason that Ego and Lorelai are even following along with this is because Ravania is the strongest person at the table.
I mean, Ravania.
But as you all know, her mental state is not very solid, which could present an interesting opportunity.
Which is also why I find it weird that she's the one presenting unification.
Moments of clarity from what we've seen.
That being said,
Yeah, I would say how she's acting right now, Apollo, is much closer to
what I
you
seen-
have seen. I would say from most of you, actually, I don't think you've seen Ravania this way.
No.
I have
think-
here and there. I've seen both
Like,
sides.
Me and you and I
I've
are
seen
the
both
only two that
sides.
have really talked to
Which is
her.
why-
Yeah,
Wade
Ava
finds it very
and
weird.
Wade, I think, or have, and probably
Vagus.
Zach is
very
slightly, but not much. You guys have never seen her this coherent.
This is like a normal
Yeah,
conversation
Wade's
that I
very
have with
sensitive.
her.
This is in her good moments. from what
When
I've
certain
seen.
topics get brought up, it's like,
Yeah, you can see that, like, she is really focusing to keep this together, and those comments just kind of set her off a bit.
so
Are you asking for an answer now? You're asking quite a lot of us to forgive and overlook a lot. Is there any possibility we could meet with you tomorrow night and have an answer?
Asking a lot, asking questions, asking so much, asking so.
Yeah.
It's not a lot.
it's a lot to consider.
No, it's a lot to consider because there is so much going on. Of course, we have these little lives and this little, and you see as Pisces just, Ravania, stop. I see. And as her eyes open, the serenity returns.
Oh.
Of course. But to know that you ask for time so you can plot. I am not an idiot. And I know that you all will squirm to find yourselves in the best possible situation to drop in unannounced and slay one of us, whatever the course may be.
I
But
don't
I
think we
leave
need to.
you-
If we're being honest.
Announce it. I'm meeting at least one of you at this table.
What'd you say, Ava?
I announce it. I'm eating at least one of you at this table.
Eating?
This shit's
I'm
about to
eating?
get primal
Okay.
real fucking fast.
I'm gonna bite your fucking ankles. I swear to God.
That was also in my book. I'll be honest.
Talking fucking consumption.
I give you.
We don't
Talking
need
about
to plot
consumerism, all
in the
right?
Yeah.
moment. The only thing we asked for, and you were able to give the first time we spoke, is give us time to discuss. You have taken away our ability to communicate in and amongst ourselves in this plane, so there's no chance for us to come up with a.
Oh, please do not prattle on. As you can see, none of us are up to our full potential here. Are we? You're not special, mortal.
I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just asking for time, and the ability to come to a decision today has been taken away from us.
I see, yes. Because that's all you want, right? Time to think, time to plot, time to...
Ravania,
And you see as Laura like kind of smiles, and you see actually as Ravania seems to recoil into the darkness until you can just barely see like the outline of her form. As you can see, she seems to like be kind of grabbing the horns on the side of her head, but her form has disappeared. And you can just see that just that faint outline in the darkness. And you see as Lorelai just kind of leans forward and puts her these beams of light that make up her arms. She leans. What I think are wonderful headmistress means to say that I understand that you have been given opportunities to talk and you have had much fun in those opportunities. I would recommend that you do not dawdle
things will continue to move as you all continue to discuss. And much like the clerics on top of their hill, they will continue to talk and spin and spew smoke until the sky opens up.
It's really hard to take anything you say with any sort of grain of truth. Because again, you're just acting as a puppet in this instance, so. Be that as it may. Careful, Lorelai. No one can do harm here.
Oh, I don't need to. I am very comfortable in my position.
As are we.
Hence the table.
That being said, Ravanya, is there anything else you wish to discuss, or may we take the day and return tomorrow?
You see that as you look, you cannot like see her form anymore. After a while, you realize it's because she at first she was like standing up like tall, and that she is now kind of prone on the ground. And you see as she slowly, the serpent begins to begins to rise back up, and then she suddenly seems to a little bit, and as she begins to kind of emerge back from the darkness, you can see that serenity has now returned.
No. I presented my options. And I do hope that you consider. But please remember that this option, it will not be an open door. There are 8 seats at this table, and I will not allow this entire gaggle of adventurers again. Only those that will be part of this new council.
I'll try and message. I don't know if it works, but I'll use it on you.
Okay.
Send the offer now in front of everyone.
Fuck it.
Does it go through?
Does it?
You see him cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Who has the? You have really high passive investigation. You see as Ravania's eyes narrow slightly, and then about 2 seconds later, you receive the message.
Oh, she filtered it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
She said, "Yeah, go ahead."
Okay. Well, very much,
Objection.
I see as if you won't permit us back, all of us, only those who possess the boons. I propose we make a deal then. As I'm sure you know, we possess something that you're after and have been after for quite some time. Something of great import to you. In exchange for what it is that you seek, we would also like something.
You don't even need that high of a passive to see that you have her full undivided attention.
Now, our original plan was simply to ask for you to unlock Vagus's full potential and give us a boon that you have in store, because we all know that you do. However, after meeting here, I think the terms of the condition that we've decided upon shall change.
Mm-hmm.
We give you your name, and in exchange,
We take those seats at the table.
we take Lorelai and Ego's spot at the table.
Ooh.
So make sure, low table. The name in exchange for unseating these two.
And giving us their seats, not just unseating them,
Giving
She
them
says the seats have to be
Giving
filled.
the
We'll
boons
take the
over.
seats.
replacing their seats with 2 of us.
Okay, so just her name for just getting rid of these two. I need you to roll a persuasion check.
With advantage.
Oh my god. With advantage. Is that it though? Weren't we gonna ask her to release control of everyone she's had?
I think this is a bigger play.
Okay.
I think we'd have to offer more at this point for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just
Okay,
remind.
okay.
So all you're
okay,
asking
okay.
for is that these two are not here anymore, or that
We're
these two
asking
will be.
for the-
We replace
You
these
replace-
two.
we
these
replace
two.
them.
You have not asked for her other boon. It's just
Well,
these two
didn't
get
we ask for the other boon in that?
No. I said we're getting 2 boons instead of unlocking one and getting one. She still has the power to give one, which I think gives her some power still, and she's not completely useless in the negotiation.
Mhm.
And then she unfortunately keeps the people. But I feel comfortable moving forward and working towards a goal if these 2 aren't at the table.
Okay, so you just want to dethrone these 2, and you're just hoping that you guys' good relations will get you the other boon down the line.
Well, no,
Or other one she has.
unthrone them,
I would ask
and
for it now.
basically their boons, right? Is what we're thinking. 2 boons.
But yeah, we basically replaced their boons.
Just
Us.
ask for 3 boons, bro.
All right, fuck it, man. All right.
And the spare boon.
You want their 2 boons plus hers, okay?
Yeah.
Well, not the her. She had
Not-
the one,
not-
the extra one that she was
The extra
gonna
one,
get.
yeah, the
yeah,
extra one,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
Whatever,
yeah,
yeah.
the one that she has,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I'm asking.
Oh my fucking god. Apollo, can I guidance him? Oh my god.
She won't
And I-
let it go through.
Yeah,
She wouldn't.
I'm gonna say this one is just gonna have to be Apollo.
Okay. You
This
have
is a
Eagle Splendor.
really-
Or not Eagle Splendor, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. This is
You have advantage.
fucking high roll on this one.
Oh my fucking god!
What is
That's
that?
one of the best things he could roll.
What is
A
that?
19.
It was a 19.
That was a 19 on the die. Okay,
Oh my god.
what's your
19
bonuses?
plus 13.
So that's
Oh
32.
my god.
Do Ego and Lorelai react to this at all?
Did you just roll?
32.
32.
We'll find out what happens after this commercial break.
So
32.
32.
Holy shit!
As you say this,
I knew
Ego-
this build would come to matter.
you see as Ego and Lorelai both look to you in shock, open shock.
We're getting
Apollo-
blood, motherfuckers.
Lorelai,
Bold, just straight faced.
Lorelai
Yeah, fuck those.
Begin-
Chris is stress eating.
I am very stressed. dude.
Lorelai
I want Ego
begins
gone.
to smirk. In that very there's no she's very confident in her sitting.
I think I might throw
And
up.
Ava sitting in Pisces' lap, you feel her fucking stiffen. And poor Tracy, who thought she was over her head now.
Next to Lorelai.
yeah. You see
We should put
as
the
the
fucking
silence and the confidence of Lorelai just continues, and as Lorelai's confidence saps, as you see, she looks over to Ravanya, who has just been studying you for it's only been a few seconds, but by God, has it stretched on. And you see a deal with me cannot be broken. A deal with a god cannot be misinterpreted.
I don't mean to misinterpret or mislead you.
You see as Lorelai like, what is the meaning of this? You can't certainly mean this.
Those stances
Does
are
not
clear.
concern you. I very much think that it would concern me. You see, but Ravanya is not even paying attention to her.
Apollo will turn quiet. The adults are speaking.
Ooh. Bitch.
Yeah.
I'm this many. Looking at you, I would like to think, I may be wrong. We all may be wrong. I would like to think that there's some semblance of what you were before. Before the corruption, before the madness. Personally, I'd make the deal with you over working with these two any day.
You see as she leans forward and extends out
No
a,
problem.
a massive hand that's now is before you. You see her in your human size.
Apollo stands up and walks over to Ava.
She hasn't said yes yet.
I just stand over.
I feel like him.
I stand over Ava. Do we have a deal then?
It's a deal.
Apollo will shake Ravania's hand.
And as the nails kind of the hand kind of coats across your entire back, and you feel her nails not dig in to draw blood, but
But the
dig in,
pressure.
just the pressure of it. And as you see, as the shadow seems to spill off of her, and you see as she straightens, this deal cannot be broken. As you see, as Lorelai begins to stand up, and the light begins to flare, and you see as Ravania just goes, and you see as Ego and Lorelai become encased in shadow and suddenly vanish. And you see as Lorelai looks at you, I cannot remove what is rightfully theirs. But I can remove my grace and protection.
We can do the rest.
Happy hunting.
I'll reach into Ava's jacket and pull the
I
letter out.
flip it to him.
Open the letter, just got you.
Psych.
We
As,
should,
and
we
this is,
should, we should know her name too.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Can we
As you-
open it and read it to her?
Yep.
as you pull out the envelope. Is this the actual envelope?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, you need Ava's consent too.
So, I guess Ava, do you allow this to happen?
This is like the two keys.
She said she
at the
flipped it
same
to me.
time kind of thing. You both need the key.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if
Looks like you were present with
Apollo
long
shook her
arms.
hand, so he's fucked if he doesn't give it to her.
So, we will step into a cutscene.
Oh fuck!
Can we go on break? I'm.
You need to go break?
Ah.
Do you want to end on this cutscene? Do cutscene and then go on break, or
So cutscene and go on break.
Cutscene
Yeah,
then
that's
go on
what
break.
Yeah, come
Okay,
here.
okay,
Don't
okay.
put me in suspense like that.
I'm
What the
blue
fuck?
balling you.
Yeah,
So-
don't move on me.
if you open up this
Oh,
letter
fine.
and you read this name aloud?
Tanya.
Of the Clericon,
Kimmy.
the clerics that are all gathered are speaking and
Whoa.
muttering and go about their conversations. Sister continues to stand
Oh no.
on the side of this basin, and her eyes widen slightly as she cocks her head and looks at it. As she looks at the crack that is formed across the bottom of this basin, that is slowly causing the water to drain. Not noticeable, but with her ever-present attention, she just watches that water level begins to drop. Interesting. It is starting. And as she just looks up, and Meltazar,
Oh no.
a purple tiefling-like woman, continues to drift.
Oh.
When she
We just made enemies of
am
your
I
model.
am I still quiet?
We just made enemies of your model too.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
hardcore. We broke their deal.
These are all good.
Okay, is my
Your mic's not even on.
I think it's because you're whispering. You just go quiet.
hold on.
Oh yeah.
I think my mic
Actual
my
mic.
mic fell off. Sorry, I got
Oh.
excited. But no, we're good. Sorry, I think I got excited. I accidentally pulled my mic off. Hold on. Is that better?
I'm so nervous. I'm so
I'm fucking sweating, dog.
I am.
Oh my god, he's so clammy.
He's always like that.
All right, is that better,
I
chat?
know.
Okay. So I'm excited too. Well, so as in Meltazar, a purple tiefling-like woman continues to drift through the air when her eyes that are closed suddenly open, and as she sits and looks around this chamber that is just this empty overlook of the sky, this domain of hers, as she suddenly sees these shadows that are forming along the edges. And she as she straightens and kind of looks into the shade. Can we not play this game? And she like kind of straightens up where she floats. I'm really not in the mood. As she goes to wave her hand, the shadow races forward and slams into her, sending her tumbling through the air. She goes, I command you to stop! And you just see this feminine form in the shade as she throws out both hands, and the shadow encompasses Yumal as she tries to push back against the sides. She goes, "What is?" And her eyes just go wide in terror as she sees this very humanoid form just walking forward in the shade. "You command me to what, Yumal?" "Bow." And as she throws her arm up, a spear of shadow shoots up through Yumal's side. "Beg!" And she throws up her other hand as the spear goes up into the other side. "Wish me to scream my own name." And you see as a shadow, a coil of shadow goes around Yumal's throat, and she's pulled down further onto those spikes. And you see as she's, "What have you done?" And you see as this humanoid woman stands on the other side of this field of shadow. "I took back my destiny." And she just closes her hand.
I think maybe.
In civil.
Oh, fuck!
Where?
On the other side of the green field.
I'm gonna throw up.
Okay. You have
Oh fuck!
Oh God, my worst nightmare's coming true.
you don't know how long it's been.
This is my worst
You
fucking
have
nightmare.
been
We fucked up.
in this shade for days, years.
Oh no.
And you just hear this ting. And you just hear that familiar voice of the patron that abandoned you. "Don't worry. You'll be out soon." It's in front of you, Apollo.
I think I might throw up.
As you open up this letter for all of these events, you open up this letter and speak the name written on the parchment. As you see Ravania's eyes widen, she seems to jerk back from the response. As you see the shade extend throughout this entire chamber, as you see it swirls around her as the serpent seems to dissolve and turn to mist behind her. And as she screams this cry of anguish you have never heard any person able to scream, and you see these two beams of light within her begin to swell, and it seems to encompass her entire body before you see this humanoid form almost standing on the table in front of you from where before her serpent body stretched out in order to shake your hand and receive this letter. She's now standing in this position, and you just see this feminine form, long hair that goes down to her lower back, as you see as she puts her hands on the sides of her face, and she just smiles at you. You are met with
Is it a creepy smile?
piercing blue eyes as the shadows dissipate. And before you can see her form, just see her eyes through the shadow, as it begins to fade, you just hear, "Catherine." As the shadow fades, you see a woman, a human woman, with long white hair.
Yes! I fucking knew it! I called that! She.
You see
Yeah.
Slade.
This
That's
is,
we're gonna go on break.
This is. Oh my.
We're gonna go on break.
Oh my god.
That's so
Okay.
much worse.
Okay, we fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know why
In
it's
3, 2, 1.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. I fucked her.
Yeah, he did. I was saying.
So,
In the oh yeah, fill Caroline in on what happened.
so in the
with
previous
Katie.
campaign, Katie was a character that they encountered early on in the campaign. She was a crazy witch, basically. And she was instrumental in helping them along with one part of their campaign by giving them like basically a MacGuffin that they really needed. And after that, and she was a follower of Hexavia. After that encounter, the last time they saw her was she had sexual intercourse with Jimmy, who was Andrew's character. And
Oh.
and there was a
God, no.
and during that encounter, they found out at a later time that she actually became pregnant with Jimmy's character. But they never saw her again. She disappeared.
Oh.
Which became known as the God Nut, because it was they found out through basically there's some time shenanigans that happened that Hexavia used that to basically come back to life, that child.
Hexavia manifested
Yes.
as a kid?
That was unclear. They never found out what happened after.
Okay.
So the last time they saw Katie was
She was in like a cave.
well, it was during the after scene where she was in a cave, yeah. But
Amanda, this has been one of my long-running theories.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And you know how many
know.
times you
I
said
did,
that, and I
right?
had to like stop myself. I have been sitting on
I
that.
haven't been on break this entire time.
Wait, really?
I hit break, but it didn't go. Okay,
Oh,
we're going
shit.
on break now.
Wait, we're on break?
No, we weren't. Now we
Wow. This is insane. Did y'all wait? Did y'all mic check? Did y'all mute your mics? Did you unmute them?
Wasn't turned on. Mine wasn't turned on.
All right, try again.
Can you hear me, Geezer? Was the receivers not on?
No, they were on.
Geezer.
Bobby said she couldn't hear.
Yeah, that's his name.
I know.
Can you hear me, old Pong Giza?
Oh, huh,
Say good.
I think it's good
All right,
now.
there we go. So I guess a little bit of background to kind of make sense of the reaction here. In Campaign 1, there was a character that was pretty influential through their journey and also because of some personal choices of Jimmy. That
Pretty
named
influential.
Katie. She was a white-haired human wizard who
Fuck.
Pretty hard
had been
decision, to be honest.
turned crazy through
It was a hard and
being
fast
a
decision.
follower
Yeah.
of Hexavia,
Not a deep
who
thought.
helped the Fort Staltura campaign by helping along their journey, which it doesn't matter at this point, but also had relations with the Paladin, which caused some problems for her. And that's basically it. And she went missing in action after that. Fort Staltura had no idea what happened to her. And she kind of just vanished from the narrative
So it's not
because
really right.
she was here, becoming Ravanya.
Crazy.
Literally.
I'm still just mind blown.
Yes.
Well done, Amanda.
Thank
Who
you.
else was playing though?
Amazing
Jimmy's.
work, Amanda, connecting all of this. Our brains are all going, connection.
Pulled your brains out of your bottoms.
I'm just happy I don't have to keep that secret anymore because I
Oh.
almost slipped up a couple of times on that one. So, ha, we're good. So,
You gonna give me brain or no?
we return as the Starlight Battalion had met with Ravanya and the other would-be patrons of this new pantheon.
Oh.
And Apollo, in a bold move, sensing the tension between your two adversaries, Lorelei and Ego Vex and Ravanya, decided to take advantage of this, of offering her the one thing that Ravanya has said over and over again that she wanted. What?
It just can't go wrong. We just looked at each other and just went,
Send it.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I guess we're sending it.
The two fucking dickheads of the group just went, oh.
As
I'm busy.
as you decided, offering her the one thing that you only she wanted, which was her name. And are you okay? You're looking at the computer in concern. Do we drop stream?
Looks like it's lagging a little bit.
Should be good. Hold on. Might just be my computer.
Are we dropping frames, chat?
No, we're good.
We're good? Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry, our last two sessions we had huge frame drops to make sure everything's good. Made the choice of giving Ravanya the one thing that she really wanted, which was her name and her identity, driving the hard bargain of, in exchange, removing two of the members from this council and receiving the second boon that they knew that she had. With a very high persuasion roll, she agreed. And
Wow.
while informed you she was not able to take the boons from Ego Vex and Lorelei, she was able to at least remove her protection from them and basically declare that you open season on these two. She would no longer affiliate with them, choosing rather instead new, more capable allies. Upon opening the letter and reading out the name, some things unfurled across the endless sky which you guys don't know about yet. Okay. But
Oh man.
she, for the first time, you see as this the serpentine form drops, and instead of this terrifying visage that you come to know her, you instead see a human woman with piercing blue eyes and long white hair who declares, like the letter in your hands, and her name is Catherine Slade. And as she looks to you, those piercing blue eyes, she just. To be quiet in one's own mind is certainly a blessing. We have much to discuss. You two, and she now is dwarfed by Pisces, or Pisces now dwarfs her. Yeah, no, other way.
She dwarfs Pisces?
No. She's normal size. Pisces is big. However that works out.
Okay.
She points to Tracy and Pisces. Our business here has concluded. And you see as Pisces kind of straightens it. What has happened here? What have you... And she just vanishes. Along with Tracy.
Yeah.
This is my domain. I feel everything now. Thank you. We have work to do. Starting with our agreement. A deal's a deal, after all.
Come. And she continues to walk across the table and drops down in 2 easy steps off of the stool that Lorelai was once sitting on before she... Yeah, no. She drops down on... Yeah, after where Lorelai was, and walks around you, Ava, who has just been unceremoniously dropped down into the stool now that Pisces has vanished.
Oh shit!
Right. And walks around to Wade. And she sits on the table in front of you.
I believe we require your assistance in this matter.
You gotta pull the boon out of her.
Don't worry, I'm very willing.
It's good to know. And I'll draw my hand.
Are they gonna fun?
Kitty.
She's not a fish.
Before I pull the
She's
bone from
asking you
you,
if
you gotta
it's,
pull the bone from me. I'm gonna reach my.
A little tit for tit.
I'll zone in on wherever the boon of pathos is.
And as you attempt to focus on her being, her sense of self, you can see that this boon now, that she is her true self, you can almost see this network of energy with her. And you can see that this dark energy, which you only saw once before, that once encompassed her entire being, you recognize now, is the boon of Hexavia. And you see this white, glowing boon of Pathos that has attached itself to her center, almost like a cancer. And you can see where these two energies are just constantly conflicting. And it's easy enough for you to sense it.
Switching.
No need to be gentle.
Glad you said it. No, I'll reach for the boon.
She gasps as you see as the wooden hand seems to disappear into her chest, and you're easy enough able to grab this boon. And as you pull it, for a moment, as you begin to pull, it has resistance, as if you can feel sinew and flesh that has grown over and solidified these two pieces, as with a cracking sound, like the cracking of stone or crystal, it separates. And you see her eyes widen slightly, and there's this like flash of light that kind of coats her eyes before you hold within your hand the boon that you've only so far seen in Alu's vision. This boon that cost her entire family and peoples. This boon of Pathos.
Do I feel it draw to anyone particular in our party?
As you hold it out,
It's like a magnet.
and you see as Ravania's gaze looks down, and you see as the head just shifts over towards Apollo.
Yeah. Looking at his head, and I'll gesture to Apollo to walk over.
He's gonna
I
put something
give
in you
Apollo
again.
like a little. I squeeze his hand for a moment and just look him in the eyes and like give him a nod.
It's gonna suck.
Don't worry, it's only the worst pain I've ever felt in my life.
And
It
he
is
was
going-
torn apart.
The good news is it's gonna suck for the both of us.
Well, as long as we're both sucking.
What's new?
Well, things don't change.
Probably something I don't know.
These
Apollo-
jokes are too early. Save it for episode 69.
That's true. That's true.
Oh,
man.
Really, both gonna be
God.
sucking.
I came way too early.
Oh God.
Oh my god.
Just like episode 69.
God.
Apollo will
But this is going to absolutely suck.
look down at Ava and go, listen, if I don't make it, everything I own is yours, okay?
You're gonna make it, and if you don't, I'm gonna bring you back to life.
Okay. Apollo walks forward to Wade.
Death is not an option.
Wade is kind of thinking this might be a little different from him since I haven't absorbed it. So
Well, when I
hopefully-
find
You
out.
just
You just eat it.
you just-
He's screaming, you're like, what's
so
wrong?
you're supposed to eat it with food. Make sure you drink a cup of water.
I got a ration and some really high quality alcohol.
Hope comes out of nowhere.
who said you had access to the high quality alcohol?
I have access to some shitty alcohol.
Oh, crackers.
I need you to take this seriously. This is your help to divinity. You know, you gotta.
Do I just eat it?
No, I'll place it into. your
Okay, I
chest.
walk forward.
Ready?
No.
You'll never be ready for
Okay.
something like this. And I'm gonna gently.
Apollo starts crying even
As-
before Wade even touches him.
As I go take a shot.
It's like,
We're all gonna
I'm
be
still
like-
holding it at a distance. I'm just like.
We're all gonna be like God Care Bears with all these boons in our chests.
Power of
Death.
love.
We're gonna get
So
little beauty marks
bone.
on our asses,
Ooh, I
like
love
My Little
beauty-
Pony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have marks on our asses. I call the rainbow.
As careful as
You
Wade
would be a
can
Rainbow
be,
Dash whore.
he will try to give Apollo the boon of pathos. As from the experience of trying to remember how the experience was with Vagus, he's gonna try and
Learn
correct
from
any
that.
errors that he felt that he made in that sense.
Just remember, I gave him this experience for.
So whatever.
I'm getting your sloppy seconds, Vegas.
So whatever arcane
Floppy
means,
stones.
like even using my abjuration like barrier to like hopefully make it a little easier on
Sure.
him.
Does it hurt?
I need you. Well, that depends.
This
I
is-
need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
+5.
I have advantage on these because of Intellect Fortress.
Wow.
+5.
See, this one's wisdom.
All right, wisdom saving throw. That's great because it's
Okay. Advantage.
Got this.
Hey, nice.
25.
25.
Rolled a 19 on the
good
die.
job.
So,
Thanks you.
as the spoon is removed from Ravanya in a reverse of campaign 1, given to Apollo.
Oh wow, it's so full circle actually. Holy shit.
Man, it feels fun to give and receive.
Oh my
Wow.
god, you're such a verse.
I'm such a switch.
As you feel, there's no way we're not gonna film it, it's not sexual. As you feel the spoon. Not again, no!
Oh, the stone.
Oh.
You
Oh.
feel
Oh.
what Vagus said about this being the most painful thing he's had to go through. You immediately feel why. You feel as if your entire body is not lit ablaze, but is simultaneously starting to melt. You feel every atom within yourself, every feature that makes you who you are. And you're heat resistant, so this is a very strange feeling to be
And I'm a
burned from the
clone.
inside out. And you all watch as Apollo staggers back as his eyes go wide. And you just see as Ravanya kind of leans forward and rests an elbow on her knee. This seems about right. As you writhe in pain, and you watch as Apollo's features begin to melt. As
Oh,
you
fuck.
see
Excuse me?
He
It's just a
suddenly-
metal core.
I know, that's
underneath.
fucking
As you
terrifying.
see, as his appearance looks completely blank, as all the features are simply melted
Lost.
off.
His features are lost.
And as you feel,
Happens.
and as you
Okay.
observe this, you hear this terrible cracking sound. As you see, as shoulders and knees begin to bend in strange directions, before finally, as suddenly as it happens, everything snaps back into place. And Apollo, you look like yourself again, but you feel different. You don't feel as connected to yourself, to this form.
What form?
You now have the ability to shapeshift into any humanoid.
Oh Jesus!
That's a fucking nightmare on Apollo.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
As
Now I can be a clone of anyone.
Do I
Oh my
do I get that
Oh my
right away?
God.
as you have become, if you choose to accept, as Vagus became Death Incarnate, you become the patron of masks.
Oh,
Pam.
Pam, Pam, Pam.
Is it a palm?
You may take that identity or create one of your own, as is the nature of who you are.
Wait, what?
I can choose
Oh.
the patron of mass, or I can like come up with another identity.
Right.
Because aren't you an excellent spy?
Do I feel like I can shapeshift right now?
You don't feel connected to your sense of self anymore. So yeah.
I turn into you.
Ew.
I turn into Apollo.
I don't
Bitch.
think you can.
I can.
You can?
Yeah, I'm just myself.
Oh, this guy's self.
Oh
Okay.
my God.
Yeah, I would say for the sake. Yeah, so it's basically the confines of a disguised self. Your for now, your voice does not change.
For
But
now.
I'm pretty good at changing my voice.
If you take the
Hi,
active
guys.
feet.
Hey,
You
I'm
get the
you.
You get the sense that you're able to cast disguised self, except it is not an illusion. We'll say that.
Can I double check to make sure Pathos chose the right person? It feels.
It's basically
connected.
alter self, right?
Feels good.
Or
Well,
not
but-
alter,
okay.
but
But without the voice change.
Yeah, so it's disguised
Yeah.
self, except if you were to touch Apollo, you would it's
Yeah.
solid. Yeah, it's not an illusion. So where the construct, the
So it's alter self, but without the
Yeah.
voice change.
well, alter self does like different things. It like gives you claws and
You
fins
can
and
do
shit.
that, but you can
Yes.
also just turn it into the person.
There you go.
You
So
know?
the only thing you can't change is your voice, but you get the sense
And
that
I can only do this what once per long rest.
no, you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I turn into Ava now.
whoa!
Apollo runs. Apollo runs over and gives Ava a hug.
Oh.
I give him a big hug, but Ava's also just like patting him down, like trying to figure out what the fuck. How is he doing this? And it's just like she like opens his mouth and looks at his teeth, like is like counting all of his teeth.
That's where Ava learned she has a cavity.
I didn't know I broke that tooth. It was fucked up.
This is.
So,
It's so just weird because you hear Apollo's voice too,
Yeah.
just in Ava's body.
Ooh.
This is very weird.
Yeah, it is.
How do you
Yeah,
get
but
close
what
to
you
us?
have? Can you I mean, you
Turn
can
back into Apollo.
All right. That's
Oh, I didn't want power. Now I want power.
Oh god. It's already corrupting him.
The addictive personality is coming through.
Oh,
well.
time to kill him and go to the next clone.
That's true. I could
On to
remove
the-
it any time we want. You know? Do you want to try it? No.
Call him on his ass.
This is.
How do you feel, Apollo?
It's weird. I feel like myself, but I'm not connected to myself. Like, my body is just a vessel, in a sense.
A mask, some would say.
I guess. It's just a means to an end at this point. A tool.
He's a tool now.
Roger.
It's always been your brain and that gets you out of the situations, right?
Well, I mean, and my insane persuasion.
So you would say your
Don't
your
fucking-
mouth is all-
He just starts mewing in front of her.
It just feels very different. I feel like myself, but not myself at the same time.
Well, you always say you can be whatever you put your mind to, and now you really embody that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd make getting around a lot easier. Well,
This is incredible.
thank you for upholding your portion of the deal.
Thank you for returning what is rightfully mine.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
But
It's easy transferring divinity to people. Just gonna walk away.
Good job.
Yeah, no.
oh, come now, Wade. We also had an agreement. I made you a promise as well, didn't I?
Huh?
What?
Did.
What promise?
It's at this moment you find out Apollo wasn't the one that's been lying to you the whole time.
Open secrets of my ship.
No
Secrets
secrets.
what?
Never mind that. I'm not going anywhere. Frankly, we have work to do.
And she swings her legs down and stands up. And you see she becomes slightly taller than she was previously, as if she's still trying to adjust to being back in this humanoid form.
Just for clarification, Pisces is still accepted, I guess.
Of course. Not having a war with Pisces just makes everything easier. We have come to an accord. I intend to honor that. Will Sparkrat, on the other hand, will be an issue. But sounds like you already plan to handle that. Perhaps remove the powder cake from her before she detonates in a populated area.
That'd be smart.
I think that's our next
Yeah.
course of
Yeah,
action.
Yeah, that, and then we have immediately after. Need to keep
Hunting
the floor alive.
Those two will die.
It's
next.
Wabbit season.
I load a gun, even though I don't know what that is.
This is weird.
So, Lorelai
it's
gave
named
you a Glock
Blicky.
What is? You said you cannot take what is theirs,
Says
but you can remove your
motherfucking
grace.
fang on.
What is that?
Trigger says,
Shh,
hit him
guys,
with a
guys.
sticky.
We
What
can't
does
talk.
that
We can't talk at the
entail?
same time. Remember. Well, I have been offering them protections after your last little soiree. Your dropping in would have been a little bit more interesting, and they would have had more of my support when you would come to fisticuffs with them once again. Now, that is not necessary. The boons they have in their right of ascension is theirs. They've earned it, they've gone through the process of binding to it. I cannot take the boons from them. And frankly, I don't feel the need that I need to go hunt them down. You seem to have your own reasons to do so. So, I will attend my energy elsewhere and let you get back to your satisfaction.
Did you
Okay.
assist them in their bindings?
Of course.
And would that be something you could offer to us as well, by chance?
Of course. It is not easy. You? No, not yet. It is not simply getting a boon in the sentence to Gauntlet. Ascension requires a jump start, if you would, and a complete understanding of who you are. Hence why a little stunt with removing my identity proved to be such a challenge. But I am of my right mind again. But you, my wonderful guardian of death, you I can assist. Whether you survive That's up to you.
He'll survive.
I plan on surviving.
He plans on surviving.
Well, before I
He'll
even
probably
attempt
survive.
to help you,
Shut the fuck up.
You see, she continues to walk down the table before she takes a seat at the stool, which has transformed into a full-on chair, like a throne, as she sits down into it.
No likey.
I'm Daenerys Targaryen, first of the Andals, queen of her name.
before I give you any more power, I want you to have a seat at this table. You have proven more capable allies than any I have encountered in the past. But I also want to ensure that our paths will continue to tread side by side. Are we in agreement that we are allies?
I think we very much can be.
I think right now, we are allies. I don't think for 1 second any of us truly hated you, and I say this despite the fact that you pissed me the fuck off. I hated that your name was taken from you, and I am actually very happy for you that you have your identity back.
I would agree with Ava. I think everyone should have the ability to make those choices for themselves.
What you make of yourself from here is what you are as Catherine Slate, and I'm going to judge you from that. I'm not going to forget about Ravanya, but I know it's not the whole story.
And we may be allies, but the way it seems that you're running this is we're all in agreement, and it is a decision that the group makes and the group takes. I hope that can continue.
I agree. This council, this pantheon, shall continue to meet. And what I said out of anger still continues to ring somewhat true, so let me not pull any fast ones on any of you. This area where I have allowed all of you this time will become more and more challenging, as will we become more and more divine. Those of you that remain mortal will soon be left in the dust, so to speak. We wish to be part of this pantheon.
You'll be there soon. There's 3 boons that we're about to get.
But knowing all of you, I'm sure you'll find some sort of workaround or hijinks or, well, rip those other 2 boons out of their chests and give it to better users.
That's the plan.
Question for you.
Yes?
You. Nope, not you. You. How do you want us to call you? Do you want us to call you Catherine? Mrs. Slate? Is there a Mr. Slate?
Not yet, there's not.
God Nut 2.
There was for
The
a
electric
time.
galoo galoo.
You see, there's certainly not a mister.
Oh.
But there's,
Stop mewing. He looks
there's
maxing.
been quite a few interesting encounters, but no. You may continue to refer to me as Ravanya if you wish. It is the name that the masses understand me by and is one I will continue to use. Ravanya will work just as well.
Another question for you. What happens to the masses that you've
Left scarred.
Infected?
Well, now that I'm in my right mind, you see her gaze seems to not cloud over, but she seems to like look 1,000 yards away for a moment before returning. In terms of how you view them, nothing. In terms of their daily lives, they shall see much improvement. They will no longer be plagued by nightmares unless I choose to, if one irritates me. But overall, they shall now have better sleep and less sense of impending doom. On the other hand, I will continue to receive informations. Their
thoughts, their feelings, what they are doing throughout the day. It's good to stay informed. But their quality of life will improve, if that's what you're concerned about. They are safe.
So, like, do you watch them, like, go to the bathroom? Like,
If it interests me.
oh no.
Another question that I had was part of the madness the two boons inside of you conflicting?
Not exactly. She might have, well, based on your assessment. I hold the boon of Hexavia. It is a curse I have been afflicted with for many, many, many years. I was a follower of Hexavia before I chose to throw off that mortal yoke and ascend into something of what I was meant to be. Hexavia is the god of knowledge, but one thing you should understand is knowing everything is maddening. It was a humorous curse he put upon my mind when I was his servant. When I was finished with his wishes, I was released from the curse. Well, removing my name. Apparently that curse was not completely removed, but I was given control over it. A control I lost when I lost my sense of self, combined with a secondary boon, which more than my mind and body were able to handle. Considered a bad combination of factors.
Understood. Well, I think if there's anything else, we can contact you. I'm sure.
I have
still
another
have it.
question though before we leave.
Ava?
The insinuation that you made
That was so dumb.
was that the coming Great Rift is when the gods are going to manifest all at once.
He left just now. Well,
Wait,
Should
say
be
that
time.
again.
sorry, Chris just left, and that really sucks.
It's a shitty time to leave.
Huh?
I said it's a shitty time to leave.
Yeah.
Get it? Because he's probably taking a
She's
shit.
probably-
Is it? Oh, she's almost 7. Perfect.
Damn.
You see, she looks at you. What's your passive insight?
19.
You see, she has information that she is currently debating on whether or not she wants to tell you.
We're allies, right?
Indeed. Allies. Yes. The Great Rift is... Well, I cannot say for certain what is on the other side. I know quite a bit, but not what is not been manifested yet. But I do know that the Great Rift is formed off of tears in reality. Usually it is when something of great force is making its way from one side to here. Makes it predictable. You might have noticed that no one is quite sure when exactly this rift is going to happen. It's a big enigma. Nothing ever seen before. What they don't know is why. What I know is that this rift will not open at a scheduled time. It is somewhat random, but I suspect it will happen soon. Very soon.
It sounds like you think the gods are gonna come through. The endless sky ones.
I suspect that, yes. I think this great rift
will not bring something in, but is weakening a veil, making it easier. Nazara is the one I believe will come through first. And potentially, Kailu will be close behind her.
Wasn't Kaiwu killed?
Gods don't fully die, though.
They don't fully die, they reform. Which is why I believe that Mazar and Kailu will be the first. They have had a chance to manifest longer than any of the other gods, which will frankly not bode well. Hexavia also may it be able to manifest, but I do not think he will be participating. Bad family blood and all that, but not anything to get into here.
So it sounds like we're on kind of like an unknown timer. And the sooner
But
we
soon.
can get our boons and everyone at the table ready, the better.
Who is studying Ravania?
Everyone, I think.
Me.
Yes. And everyone roll insight.
Okay.
That was
I think
not
I-
good.
Natural 20.
Okay,
Jesus!
it's a
Father.
dirty 20.
Son,
Vagus and you just both rolled natural 20s.
There.
Oh,
God damn.
God damn indeed.
damn.
I'm
She's
here with
keeping-
the.
She's keeping something from you.
What are you not telling us?
If we are to be allies, it's best if we know all information. Wouldn't you agree?
Is it something about the Stultorian gods?
No. You all seem to be quite hell-bent on morality. I have a riddle for you. If you could save 1,000 people by sacrificing one person, what is the moral right?
Find a third option?
Who is the one person?
It shouldn't matter. It's 1,000 lives to one.
I
How
feel
does their
like
life have
context
any more
always
stake than the
matters.
others?
Helps make the decision if they're a bad person.
Alright. What if it was one person for an entire civilization? An endless expanse.
Who's the one person?
She reaches out and points to Ava.
Everybody dies.
Oh, fuck.
We find
no.
another option.
I would sacrifice myself. It's okay.
No, it's not.
I'm just
Stop
part
it.
of a cycle too.
Cállate. Cállate la boca.
No. Okay. Why is it me, Ravanya?
You have a very unique talent, Ava dear. A powerful ability. The first time I saw it, I could barely believe my eyes, and suddenly some things made sense. Why reality seemed to continuously grow weaker.
I'm pretty sure my gift is given by the stars.
Perhaps.
Just by the cycles themselves, the shifts,
Who's
how
to,
they're ever present.
who's to say? But rifts are really just grand doorways, are they not?
Yes.
And every time you open a massive doorway through reality, that stitching becomes a little bit weaker. You've jumped, what, 3 times now?
In my lifetime, way more. But
Oh,
yeah, big one. Big
No,
guns,
no,
big-
I'm not talking about your little blitz through reality. Any wayfarer can do that. I'm talking about the good ones. The ones that got Pathos's attention. My attention.
Ah. Yeah, 3 times.
So when I say that the rifts are random, it really just depends the next time you guys decide to go hopping.
Duh.
Ooh.
So, you're saying the next time we jump, that'll cause the rift to happen?
Potentially.
No. There's a chance.
Potentially.
All right, Ava, we
You-
can't jump no more.
I mean, after all, every
Jump right
time
now.
is what, a roll of the dice?
It's so meta, because it's an actual roll of the dice.
Stop.
I'm just nervous.
I'm scared. It's
So there's
awful.
a chance every time we do that the rift can happen. That's what I'm thinking.
I think the
And every
more
time you jump, the reality just gets a little bit thinner.
And
And
it's
the
more of
more
a
often
chance
we
every
do
single
it-
time.
Mm-hmm.
Just chance.
Ava, we don't take
Increase.
Ava, we don't take those chances.
I mean, we have been. We do be doing those chances.
Yeah, but now we know the exact repercussions of them.
Now we know not to take those chances.
But worry
The
not.
Great Rift is still gonna come.
She's right, the Great Rift will still
But we have
happen.
more
Yeah.
time to prepare.
Yeah, so we can give
Right,
ourselves more
sure.
time.
Do not take all the blame. Do not feel guilty. This was always going to happen. There are things that have happened long before. But, like any consequence, your actions have ripples in unintended ways. I think I am very much the student of that.
I'm gonna throw it.
It still doesn't answer the question why I would need to sacrifice myself to save civilization.
Well, simply if you weren't hopping anymore, wouldn't their chances be better? Because I think it is within your nature to continue jumping, exploring. I don't think, frankly, you'd be able to stop yourself. It's who you are.
Oh.
But if the rift is open, regardless, what's the point of sacrificing her?
A little extra time.
She's asking Ava to not be Ava.
So-
Well, she's saying the sacrifice is Ava not being herself in order to buy us more time to prepare.
Potentially. I'm not saying sacrifice Ava.
Yeah.
I'm really not. Frankly, I'm hoping that you are able to ascend. Maybe get that power
Are you
and
pointing
control.
at me?
Yeah, she gestures to you.
Oh, okay.
I'm very curious to see what that might look like.
you pointing at me?
Who knows?
Oh,
Perhaps your ascension might be able to repair some of the damage, or give you enough control to not tear holes everywhere you go.
Need to
Who's
go
to
to
say?
Karen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then we really need to get to
Tracy.
Tracy. Is there any other questions that need to be asked?
We know where Tracy was at,
Yes.
right?
She's in
Black
Yule.
Market.
Yeah.
What
Well,
is?
she
What do you
was.
require of us as allies?
Son of a
Is
bitch.
she in Perion now?
Indeed. She got a little curious after all this talk of engines and powerful magics. Curious
wouldn't-
on that.
Happen to know of a teleportation circle to Perion or anything, would you?
I do not.
Jump us over there.
Hmm?
I said I could just jump us over to Fairy.
Stop.
Ava!
Can please.
No. Well, I don't have anything else that needs to be asked, and then
Well, if
Um,
anything crosses your mind, it's not like I'm going anywhere, and I think I will be much easier to reach. But do not worry, I think we are over the whole visiting you in your sleep. We'll
That'd
work
be
some-
nice.
thank God
So what's the? Do we have means to reaching out?
I can message.
Normal sending work, or is there another means?
Sending is easy enough, and I can do the same if I need any of you.
Do you exist solely here, or do you go back to our plane?
Well, I am currently here and below. It'll take me some time to really gather up, but I am not in your plane, not quite. Not since I had to flee from Dendar. But I believe now that I should be able to walk more freely, just as Ego Vex and Lorelei do.
Yeah.
But it makes it easier to attend to my own personal business.
Okay.
And is your assistance in my ascension something we can do here, or will we have to meet for that?
Say again.
Your assistance in my ascension, is that something we can do here, or will we have to meet in person for that?
I can assist. You should know.
When did you get a gun?
First, you need to be in complete understanding of what you will become, what you will represent. You seem to have understanding of this guardian of death, but what does that mean? What will it mean to your followers? What will it look like for your religion? When people whisper prayers in your name, what answer should they expect to receive? It's subtle, but it is important. We are ascending into not just a position of power, but a representation of an ideal. Remember, the gods were not mortals. They were ideas. And that is why it's tricky for a mortal to follow such an ascension. You need to be something greater than yourself. Once that happens, you need to die. And if your conviction is strong enough,
Phase 2.
you will ascend. From there, your journey is on you. Before you die, you need a great infusion of energy. You cannot simply create a new star. It needs a combustion. That is what I can provide for you. The steps that come after that, your death, and as your power grows after your ascension, that is up to you.
Very well.
I can give you the power, the jumpstart you need. Same as I did for Ego Vex and Lorelei. If we make a deal.
And there she is.
You and I make a deal.
Yes. I believe my deal is mutually beneficial.
Very well.
You and I shall remain allies. Neither one of us will turn our powers against the other.
I have a question. So once he becomes ascended, would he be able to in turn provide that power for each of us as we go to ascend?
I wouldn't see why not.
There we
It
go.
will take a toll. It's not easy.
Yeah.
It requires quite a bit of strength. I've had much time to attune to myself and my powers. Dear Vagasia, it will take a toll. But that also depends on his ascension. We're all on our old journeys here, after all. Think of my deal. You and I will never harm each other.
Ava's fingers are crossed behind her back.
I see that as fitting. The only thing I wish to add is that if there's any conflict to come between us, we can at least have a simple discussion before things turn to whatever else may
Violence.
come. There's no violence between you and I one way or another, apparently.
I see that. I think that is the most useful solution, unless we are to just circle around each other for all eternity.
I don't see the point in that.
I do hope for more discussion between us. More coherent conversation. Do we have a deal?
Time to think about it.
Wade shakes his head. No.
Do you really need to think about this?
I think we can do it on our own, Vagus. Nothing against Catherine, but we've already started.
But if we are to be allies in this, why even worry about me being able to conflict with her?
We've already struck a deal once.
And I have upheld my end, have I not?
Yeah.
I think you of all should be satisfied with those results.
Just saying, we still do have to hunt them down.
We do. Regardless, it does not affect her and I. Besides, I think we can use the power when we actually find them anyway.
I don't think we'll need it.
I trust Vagus's judgment. Whatever you think is right.
If we're to become allies and meet at this table constantly, I see no reason for further violence between us. I'll stand up and hold my hand out.
She will rise up and take your hand. It is a deal then, guardian of death. And as she says this, you just feel this jolt in your body. As you see for a moment, her form seems to swell. And you can see as this shadow from her begins to curl around your two hands and up the arms. And you see as it settles across your chest, almost making this runic pattern across you of just shadow and shade. And you see as it covers up the eyes for a moment, Vax's eyes burn black before it fades. You feel stronger and slightly volatile. Like, you feel as if you're on the cusp of a rage. But you're in control. You see as she... Very well then. You have my power. Now you have to do the hard part of dying. If your conviction is strong enough, you will rise again.
Very well. Well, do any of you have a problem with putting me down for the greater good?
Yes.
It doesn't have to be done right now.
I thought
That's
we,
good.
it'd be
We
like
do
a,
it like Ego and Lorelei both did. I think that gets us the most use out
like a
of it.
phase 2 moment.
Yeah.
And what if I'm not to stand back up?
Okay, well, you're fucked either way then, buddy. We're dealing with divinity. I don't know if we're able to bring you back after that.
Right. But wouldn't it be best to just
Bring it back.
know before putting it?
No.
I will reach into the doors of death and drag
I think
you
it's his
back out.
decision.
Because what you're doing there is it's like if it doesn't work, I have a backup plan. Your faith and your conviction in what you are is what gets you through this.
Right.
Also,
So-
you're the god of death, so you just decide on who dies or not.
Right. But if I'm not able to reach that godhood,
No, you
it
will.
doesn't matter.
Your
I'm s-
conviction is there.
I'm
You
saying
aware.
you decide your death.
will be there. I turn into Baggis.
I'll kill you if you do this again.
I'll kill you if you do this again.
So don't let us.
You don't have the strength. You just
Yeah,
look like
Wilson,
me.
her stats do not change.
Apollo's like,
Let me go.
Anyway,
Let me go.
regardless, we'll
I
talk
turn
about this later.
into the Kenku we met.
Aw.
T.
I've already put
I
you
like
down. I'm
tea.
not choking tea out.
T was awesome.
Regardless,
awesome.
we can discuss this later. Then.
Yeah.
We now have the option at least.
Thank you.
I personally really don't want any of us to kill you.
I personally don't want any of us to kill you.
Even though you'll probably come back, I still don't think that's a good thing. Yeah, that's not good team building.
I can
I'll
find a
kill
big
you
enough
if you
cliff.
ask me.
I mean, we can just wrap
I'll
this
kill
up
you.
sooner or later.
I see.
No!
Ava,
Ava
Ava and I are down.
There we go.
Well, Ava is the little goblin with a shank that's always ready to go.
I can falcon punch you into the next life.
Falcon!
It gets
Oh!
Vagus is gross. I'll kill him.
Wait, what'd you say?
If it's for Vagus's gross, I'll
Yeah.
kill him.
I think we should just wait until we get in a fight.
I full on believe you'll come back.
I do as well.
If that is what you decide.
I fully believe you're gonna come back.
I do too, which is why we wait for the fight.
Let them deal with the phase 2 too.
I don't think
But let me get
others
stronger
should
before we
decide
get to the
your
phase 2,
death, is
one
what
way or
I'm
another.
saying.
But you'll get more out of the phase.
Listen, you
You'll
fucks,
have-
I
you'll
don't
have-
contrary just for the sake of being contrary.
He's not being contrary. He's literally the
Really
god
I
of
turned into
death.
Wade.
No.
Regardless.
Oh my god.
Really quick, I just want to make the one argument of remember when we all said, oh, it'd be so much easier to deal with just the phase 2 rather than the phase 1 and the phase 2?
We're already on the phase 2 regardless.
Yeah, but now they'll have to deal with the phase 1 and the phase 2.
I'd like to strengthen this wound.
Oh my
So,
god, you guys are so.
If we are really putting it into a party,
It's
though,
his
it's already
boon.
3 against 2.
I take my wooden hand and I try and touch Vegas.
I will say, as you go to touch Vagus, your hand does not feel wooden.
Ah.
It is still
Stop
flesh.
squeezing my titty.
You get
Sorry.
since you're not able to replicate inorganic matter.
Ooh, can I turn into a fable as Wade?
You cannot because you don't know what that looks like.
Can you turn into?
No.
Do the thing.
No.
Never seen him do the thing.
I turn into Wade's dad.
Don't.
Regardless, Ravanya, I thank
Tell him
you
you're
for
proud
this.
of him.
And I hope this deal can continue
proud
to
of
grow
you,
our
son.
bond.
I'll do the thing.
I am very glad that we were able to come to an agreeable alliance between our two groups. I think this will make things much easier for us both. Now, if you don't mind, I'd prefer if you didn't off yourself on my granite floors.
I don't think I can anyway.
That's
We
true.
can't do harm here.
That's true.
Do you
And
have a feeling
I
choked you
have
out?
some personal scores to settle.
You and I both have some personal scores to
My
settle.
business.
Ah.
You have a long night, well, a long day for you tomorrow. Get some rest. And we shall speak further.
And she holds out her hand, and you see as a starlight door just appears on the far side of the room.
Wade goes to walk through it.
I will walk through it as well.
Do I have to
Follow
have
Vegas.
seen the people in order to transform into them?
Yes.
I'll walk through the door.
As you all,
You've given me too much power.
I know, have fun. As you all step through the door, you find yourself in ankle-deep water of the lake.
Oh, it's fucking cold.
It is still an open courtyard. Still no one milling around. Is there anything you wish to do before you make your way back to the inn and take a long rest?
Or I could kill Vegas real quick.
No.
Wrap that up real
Should I
fast.
do
You
a
good?
little-
You wanna check
should I do
that
a
off
little
tonight?
Spy on anyone, you guys?
No.
Lorelai, see what she's doing.
Just get
Let
prom.
them stew in the fucking muck that we've created.
Just go prom. I'll get advantage.
Should we scry on, well, Lorelai, I'm worried that she's gonna try and be pissed at us and try and take Charles and Nini.
I'll message Keldina
Okay.
Okay,
and I'll
check
say,
in.
hey, just checking in on our two friends. Have a thought that Lorelai may come for them. Please be on guard. Skip bit D.
She quickly responds. Thanks for the heads up.
She's already here.
I'll,
I'm trying to hold them off, Guardian.
Listen up,
I'll
Guardian.
increase the guard.
Okay. They seem fine for now. And I think Lorelai's our first target after reaching out to Tracy. Which
There's a god coming up here. I'll increase the guards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't know
That just sounds so fucking funny to me.
Put the second person out front.
I will message Tracy.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Do you want to message Tracy or do you want me to scry on Tracy?
No, I think we message her.
And I told her we are gonna
Yeah.
meet with her.
Yeah,
And she seemed okay with that, right? When you said
She
we'd
seemed
meet
like,
with you?
please help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll message her. Hello. This is Apollo, even though she knows. We
Send in the
are
doctor.
going
Wind just stretches the
to
wood just-
try and
God.
reach you. Do you know of any teleportation circles near you?
You get a quick response.
Glad to hear from you so soon. Not quite, but I'm sure I can find something. Appreciate the assist.
I'll cast it again.
Are you fucking okay?
Me? Or?
No.
Yeah, what the
No.
fuck?
She's constipated, bro. Those
Caught
wounds
her in the
really
middle
be
of a push, bro.
Those wounds
Hell's
be
everywhere.
stacking up. We will
I had
give
cheese.
you the evening to try and find one. If not, we'll be there soon via ship. Please hold on. I'll leave it at that.
We'll help you.
Just-
Hang tight, we'll do. Sure.
Okay. Back to the inn.
Yep.
And I think that's what we'll call it.
Is there anything else you guys wish to say?
I could kill Vegas.
Stop!
I
That's
still
up
don't
to
think
you.
we should.
We should save that at least for next session.
Who?
Episode 69.
Who says that?
Wait, why are we
No,
ending
Who's this
early?
we?
We're actually we are past our time. We should end 7:12.
Vegas, come here.
No.
So are you guys gonna wait? Are you going to wait till next session to?
I think
no
if-
point.
If you're doing it, let's do it now.
Alright.
But I am against doing it still.
I think it's better to get it done sooner than later. That way I have more time.
I don't understand. Why is this a...
They can
Right,
deal
wouldn't
with
it be
phase
my
1 and
decision?
2.
Why is it a debate?
Yeah, I mean, like, it makes no sense to just do it now.
So I can't get stronger?
Right,
doesn't
but
make
like the same concept that we've been having to fight Lorelei and Ego.
Oh,
Phase 1,
I-
blowing all of our resources, and then going to phase 2 after they ascend.
Right. They
Why
are
are we
in-
just skipping your
Meta,
phase
okay.
1?
But,
But it's
Andrew, do we
also-
know that he's gonna have like a cool phase 2, or is this
Yes!
just gonna be the initial? No, or is this gonna help him unlock powers that he can use during phase 1? Like,
Also,
does he need to die at
knowing
least
what those
once
powers
first?
are too, you'll be
From,
able to hone
I
those
mean,
skills.
from what Ravanya said, I'm gathering that if he lives his life and he should die in phase 1, as he is Vagus right now, he comes back if the conviction is strong enough in phase 2.
He's Vagus, the god of death. He should decide his death.
Okay, I'm the fucking patron of mass. I'm not gonna go fucking turn myself into everybody willing as I've already
You have
done.
Yeah, say what
have
you mean.
to.
However,
I'm
it makes no
confused now.
I'm just saying, kind of meta-wise,
It makes no sense.
in a fight, going through 2 phases is harder than 1.
So
You go
non-
through one and then he pops back up to full health
Okay,
and you go
so
through...
non-meta.
But it's not like he's never gonna have a phase 2 again. He's gonna have it
Well, we
again.
don't
Yeah.
know that because
Well, that-
Lorelei and
well, that's just
Ego
the-
have
the-
never gone
We
back
also
to
don't
phase
know
1.
what he's capable of on the second phase. And
right.
he wants to know what it is. He wants to ascend his boon.
You're a terrible fucking influence.
How am I a terrible influence when then this is what he wants and this is his boon?
Vegas, I think
for
for
it.
many reasons, it'd be better to do it in an actual battle. But I will leave it up to you, because
And I'm saying if this is just what you want.
I'm just
We're in
saying,
the
all I can
actual
do is
battle,
tell
Maggie.
you.
I'll make sure to stab you a couple times to help you get to phase 2.
I think in
It's
regards
not like
to
a
being
reset. Once he's in
the-
phase 2, I think
He's
that's
just in phase 2.
Yeah.
It's
in,
the same with Lorelei
He's
and Ego.
done.
in being the god.
Yeah,
of
he's not
death,
going to get his big thing.
Yeah, we're just doing it now. But
Oh.
again, if that's what you want, go for it.
It
But I
is-
would rather be able to learn and master these powers
Yes.
before we come across them again than have them suddenly cast upon me.
And
Sure.
as the god of death, you should decide that, and then it shall be.
I think my ascension
It's
should be
Guardian of
my
Death,
decision
not
one
God
way or
of
another.
Death.
Your body, your
Alright,
choice.
Guardian of death.
Well, I say let's do it now.
I can't watch it. I'm going to go to the inn.
Ava, do you want to help
Apollo
with
will
this?
go with you.
Just in case, though,
What do you-
shouldn't he do it himself? Because what if there's another like big thing, like when Lorelei exploded?
It's also true. There might be a.
Maybe it'll knock some sense into them. They should stay.
Maybe.
So see, now they're for it. So
I'm not.
do we-
I'm not for it at all.
It's called sarcasm.
I know.
So basically, as I'm understanding, if he unlocks phase 2 right now, he never goes back to phase 1.
Exactly.
Correct.
Yes.
Because that's what we.
Is that actually how
Lorelai
it is?
and-
I thought.
Lorelai and Egobex and Ravania have all had that.
They all have stayed in phase 2.
That is basically their ascension, and they are then ascended. They
Can
don't
I
go
tell?
back.
Is that what that will happen as well? To confirm.
That's the only evidence you guys have. You have
But
made a
that's
decision based on what you
also
guys
the
know.
form that they've chosen. If I'm able to, as we saw with Lorelai, she's slowly becoming an elf more. So.
Well, yeah, you can like change your appearance a little, but it's always going to be that phase that you're in phase 2.
So I will say, Ego and Lorelai both look very much like during the combat of phase 2.
Mhm.
Ravanya, since she's getting her name back, looked pretty human.
Yeah.
I'd
Whether
assume-
that's because of time or choice, you're not sure.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And this would be a great way to find out, to know how that works,
I will.
especially with future ascensions to others that decide to sit at the table. But only if you're ready.
I believe I'm ready. I know I'm ready, actually. I thought about this a lot. It fits. Someone who seeks freedom their whole life is only precise for me to grant it to those who lost theirs.
So, as Vagus has made his decision, what are the rest of you going to do? Are you going to stay or are you going to leave?
I'm going to assist him.
Yeah.
I don't think I can watch it.
Ava?
Bacchus, is this what you want?
Absolutely. I think it only makes sense.
Do you want it with you?
It couldn't hurt. I believe it is your choice, however, but if you'd like to be here, I'd appreciate it.
I've been thinking a lot about what it means that you're the guardian of death. And I just think it means that when you die, you're not alone. So I don't think you should be alone when you die this first time.
It's well
I
said,
think it
Ava.
means that you have someone walking the path to the other side with you.
That's perfect.
So I'm gonna stay here by your side.
I'm ready when you are.
So Ava and Wade are going to stay with Vagus. Yu's going back to the inn. Apollo?
I'm going with you.
As you choose, you go back to the inn.
I turn into Vagus to
Vagus,
try and comfort.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Apollo goes back to Apollo.
He was like, stop,
Don't
stop,
do
stop,
that.
stop, don't do that.
Okay.
Two of you go back to the inn. Vagus, I don't want you to go into too much detail, to be very honest. But what do you do?
Rather, no. I'll crouch down at this point and kind of just get down on my knees. Kind of look up, just look over the pond at this point, kind of like the stars, open field, and everything. And I will pull my greatsword out
Okay.
and
Use that?
find the easiest way to
Sure.
get it done as quick as possible.
Seppuku style.
So. Okay. Some really big decisions, so
Guidance.
we'll do one more cutscene before we end this, as we end this tonight's session. Apollo and you, as you return back to the inn, find yourself back in your room. You feel, well, I think we know how you feel. You get the sense that something is about to be lost that cannot be regained. Thus is the path that you all have chosen together. And as you sit on your bed where you and Vagus had slept the night before, it feels massive without him. And as you sit there, you just feel a set of arms wrapping around you and holding you tight. You cannot see them, but you feel Buddy. Not saying anything, just being there.
Just kind of embrace
Apollo
it.
would do the same.
And Apollo, you can almost like a spirit, that chill. You can feel Buddy's presence too. As you know, all of the events that this night will bring. Apollo sitting next to you with a similar feeling, but not in the world, but just in yourself. That something has changed within you that you can never get back. Whether you want to or not. Consequences and choices will come to light with the dawn. But Claricon, the people are finally starting to return home. Saying goodbyes and the promises of coming back in the morning. Strange murmurings of how the crazy headmaster from Yol broke one of the basins. She's been removed from the temple. There remains is this few scattering of clerics, Astra, Guardian, and Alu. Quickly joined by Griff, who siphons up to them. And, I have news to report to the Starlight Battalion. Where are they? And you see as Astra just, wow. They left a while ago. He goes, well, they'll be excited about all the things that I have learned. She goes, yeah, I'm sure. I'm tired. I'm gonna head back. You coming with? You see as Griff goes, I will accompany you. I don't want you getting lost on these streets. She goes, oh, great. Alu, do you want to come with us? No, I'm going to, I have a few more things I want to take care of here. I'll see you soon. The rest leaves, and Alu continues some conversations with a few of the clerics, wrapping up some old conversations, giving some condolences, giving some insight. Before, about 20 minutes later, she steps out into the street and takes a deep breath, stilling herself from the sudden noise to now the quiet, enjoying this moment of alone just to be with her thoughts. And as she walks through these streets, she continuously glances over to the lake, which she can see far below the mountain. And as she passes a courtyard, she stops and sees a fountain dedicated to Lux. That she steps forward and pulls out a copper piece from her pocket, tossing it into the waters, sending it down below with her prayers. To forgiveness. As she stands there for a moment, from another end of the courtyard. Yes, for forgiveness. And as Alu turns and her eyes widen as she sees the familiar form of Catherine standing very close to her. Down by the lake bed. Bagus stand with Wade and Ava on either side. What are the final thoughts that go through your mind?
I think back on the adventures, like just where we've come from at this point, how things have started and how things have evolved, finding you, finding the crew, and just this crazy ride that's gotten us to this point already. And now taking this step further into this, what else could be ahead?
Your conviction is strong. You've undergone a transformation of yourself since this journey has begun. And as you open your eyes and look, you can see all the specters standing on the lake. Yours to shepherd. Ava and Wade, standing beside Vagus in his final moments. Feel this energy emanate from him. In the years to come, there will be rumors, speculations of what caused the sphere of darkness that encapsulated the entire island of Viro. It dampened fireplaces. It prevented magic. It only lasted for a few seconds. But every person that felt the touch of that icy cold death knew that they had been a part of something that they could never understand. And for all the clerics that are gathered in this city, especially those that continued to deny the existence of a new god, who heard the whisperings of this guardian of death, felt his ascension. It's Vagus. As you feel yourself rise as a guardian of death. And every cleric in this city knows you are here. And that's where we'll end this week's session and our last session of 2023. We will return probably next year
Episode 69.
for episode 69 with some major changes
We ascend horizontally.
in this party, and to see what consequences and what positive things will come now from the massive choices that were made in this during this session. So thank you so
Way
much,
to
everyone.
fucking go, Vagus.
That was pretty.
Amazing.
That's pretty heavy. So we will return next session with a new alliance with Ravanya, the hunting of Lorelei and Ego Vex for whatever that's going to play, and now an ascended for the first time ever God of Death, and we're going to see what that
Guardian.
looks like.
Ooh.
Yeah, Guardian of Death.
God.
Yeah.
Now we get to travel with God.
I want
That's
to thank
amazing.
everyone
gotta
for
do with
staying
you.
with us all the way to the end of this session, and for
I'm
an
God, I'm shy.
amazing year of D&D. I'm really excited for next year
Wow.
to see how this campaign goes. From 20 to 1.
21.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you guys. 2024.
I'm sweating.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
See you next year.
See you
next year.
Fucking what?
Wow.
Goodbye.